Happy Tuesday night, fans. It is game night in Montreal. The Montreal Canadiens are facing the Ottawa Senators tonight, and Shayne and myself told each other, you know what? We've got nothing better to do on a Tuesday night, so why not do a live watch with us? You don't have to watch the game alone. You can watch us just get pissed off for no reason, tell horrible jokes, and someone else is going to scream at the TV for a change. So, Shayne, how's it going, buddy?
Fantastic. I thought this was a great idea. You know, I'm really happy to do this. This is what, like, the second time we've done this, so we're a bit inexperienced. We're trying things out. We're having fun, guys. And email us if you want to come on too.
Yeah,
you can between periods or during the game, whatever. Come on with us. Ask questions, whatever. Let's have fun. That's really what we want to do here. Great name.
Yeah.
Great profile picture. Go Raptors. Hell yes. I like that.
You must have been happy to see Kyle Lowry back on for Toronto.
Amazing. That was fantastic. I love that.
Amazing, yeah. Honestly, we want you guys to come on the show tonight. Come talk hockey with us. Come entertain us. We'll entertain you right back. Just to shoot the shit kind of night, just to have fun. Yep. So the more people we have, the merrier. The email's at the bottom of your screen. We're going to keep that scrolling throughout the show. Send us an email and we'll gladly have you on. Alexis, you have a question. I mean, if you guys have questions on the show too, drop them in the comments. We will gladly answer them.
Yeah.
What is our need for the draft? Wow, we're tackling big questions right away.
Let's do it.
All right, Shayne, drop some knowledge.
Yeah, I think the main thing here is a forward. Whether it be a center or winger, doesn't matter as long as it's a forward. We're looking at a top 5 pick here, probably even top 3. So, which this year's draft is forward heavy, so we'll be able to get a really good forward no matter what. And then further down the draft, I think it's really just what Kent Hughes has said already, picking the best player available. I don't think we're really needing anything positionally speaking. Remember when the KK draft were like, we need a center. And, we kind of screwed ourselves with that one. Not to say KK is bad. It's just we could have gotten some better. So I think the philosophy of picking the best player available is really what all we should be worried about. And yes, maybe a goalie, but again, none of them stand out. None of them stand out this draft, and we have some good ones in the pool. Dobes, Verbetic, even Primo. Can't forget about Primo. Goalies take a long time to develop. We have to be patient with them. They're not going to make the jump at 18. It's likely going to be 23, 24. Okay, now he's NHL ready. So I think we have a plenty enough goaltenders in our system, but maybe another one wouldn't hurt. Remains to be seen.
I think the paranoia is setting in just because the Carey Price's career is so uncertain too. I mean, he's looking good. He's been practicing with the team. Gallagher said he didn't even let one shot in throughout practices. Good old Carey, he's back. But yeah, it's so uncertain as to what's going to happen with him. A lot of people are saying that he's going to, even Dr. Mulder said it this week. The team's doctor said flat out, Carey Price is going to be back and healthy and should be back and healthy for a few years. So that was super encouraging to hear. So me too, at first I was saying, maybe we need goalie depth, but we kind of already have it, but I don't know how I feel about it. But I think you're right. If we're just picking whatever is best, you can't go wrong with that.
That's it. Again, we're not absolutely needing a center. We don't need a defenseman. Granted, if there is a right shot defenseman, would be nice to take a look at because we only have really 2-3 solid prospects on the right. So maybe then we could take a look. But no, I think this draft is very deep. And we have two first-round picks. We'll be picking likely at the top of the second-round pick. So second-round draft, sorry. So we're looking good here. We're looking really good. I'm pretty pumped.
We said this on the roundtable this week that I think it's the first time as Habs fans that we're just not in a paranoid state like the Bergevin era, where you just didn't know if it was going to work out, who he was going to go for. Now you've seen kind of, Kent Hughes is going to be thinking agent wise, and you've got Jeff
Mhm.
Gorton that you can just take a look at the work that he did with the Boston Bruins as well as the New York Rangers. So these are two guys that are actually going to get together, use their heads for once, not them, but I mean, organization wise. And it's exciting. I'm
Yep.
not worried. I have 100% trust in these two guys right now. And that's the first time that I can actually say it and mean it. So
Seriously.
it's
Yeah.
sad, but for the first time, like, hey, you know what? And now that we have, I don't know, a development coach, maybe we can develop those first rounders.
Wow. Yeah,
Insane.
still freaking out
Blows my
about
mind.
that.
Yeah, blows my mind. I want to touch on this next question here from Sean. Sean, I'm gonna tease you about this, and I'm just gonna tell you that this Saturday night, no can will be safe, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Stay tuned, folks.
that's all I'm gonna say about it. Stay tuned.
Big things ahead.
But just to touch on who's back too, we've got Brandon Legacy, our very own Brando, that did an interview with Drew Deeks yesterday with Dan Robertson, the play-by-play radio guy for TSN 690. A fantastic interview giving some insight on what's going on behind the scenes too, and the relationship between the players, the journalists, and within the organization. So make sure you check that out. It's a wonderful interview. Dan gave us some great insight. It was great to have Brando back on the show too. So welcome back, Brandon, and we can't wait to have more shows with you in the near future.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I usually watch the games with RDS because I love Pierre and Marc, but Dan Robertson is a great voice. He's a great commentator, so definitely check it out. It has some interesting things to say, definitely.
Touch on this here from the other Shane. The Habs season has got to be one of the best bad years. A sports fan doing everything. Yeah. We're in last place and we're packing the Bell Center and we're getting the wave going. When's
Cool.
the last time you've seen this team packing their arena, getting the wave going, the cheering? It's the saying for New York right now, no quit in New York, but there's no quit in Montreal ever since Martin St. Louis has showed up. This team, we saw it against Tampa Bay. I think it's the perfect example where the team is down 2-0 and they rally back. They're constantly rallying back. At the beginning of the year, you'd probably shut the game off. Be like, yeah, we're done. We're going to lose 7-0. Now we're tying up. We're bringing it to overtime. And even if we lose, we lose. But it's exciting hockey to watch.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's good games. Even though we lose it, we're losing, and which is fine. Okay, right? We want to tank. It's not a real thing, but we do want to finish as low as possible to help ourselves in the draft. But we're getting good games. Like, we're actually looking forward to the games. Tampa Bay, one of the best teams, and we beat them 5-4 in shootouts. Like, we're still having fun, even though we're losing. So it's fine. Like, you can't be mad right now. We're trending towards the right direction. There's a good culture, good mentality setting in with this team. If you're a Habs fan, you have to be happy right now. That's it. Bottom line.
If you're not, I want to know why.
Yeah,
I'm genuinely curious. If you're not happy, please drop it in the comments. I want to know why you're not happy because we need to talk about it. I'm genuinely curious. Aside from that, so tonight, matchup against Ottawa. They've got a pretty good fast team. Let's be honest. They kind of remind me of our team too. Of just not giving up. They're constantly on the puck. They're pretty fast. They got Drake Batherson that's back and hasn't scored since he's back, which we know it's going to happen tonight. It's just our luck. What else do we know? Jake Allen in nets, I believe.
Yeah, Jake Allen will be in nets. Gallagher slotting in for Tyler Pitlick. So Galley's return should be a welcome one, unless there is another goaltender interference bullshit happening. That was pretty crazy, but we'll touch on that later. What else for tonight's game? I mean, Josh Norris is a guy you got to watch out for. He got a hat trick recently, I believe, and Mathieu Joseph as well got a hat trick. So good for him. But yeah, these guys, they're a nasty team, and they're not to be taken lightly, right? It's not the Ottawa Senators of a couple of years where you could just stomp on them easily. They have some fight in them. And Anton Forsberg, my goodness. Anton Forsberg in net is also a pretty good goalie, reliable. big boy. So it's not going to be
Just
an
sign
easy
an
night.
extension.
That too. Yep. So, and not going to be an easy night, but it's going to be a fun one though. Good game always against Ottawa. You know, it's going to be a good one.
Oh, for sure. The rivalries there for sure. Well, here's your starting lineup. They had just posted it. So we do have Caulfield, Suzuki, and Rem Pitlick. That's going to be your first line. I personally love that line against Tampa Bay.
Hell yeah.
Loved it, so I'm not going to complain. Hoffman, Evans, Anderson on your second. Byron, Dvorak, Armia on the third. And Ianen, Paling, and Gallagher on the fourth.
Wow.
And for your defensive pairing, you've got Ramanov, Schueneman, Edmondson, Barron, Harris, Savard, and Jake Allen is your starter. So I'm not going to complain. Pretty good lineup.
Not bad.
But let's touch on that first line, though. Sorry, go ahead, and then we'll touch on the first line.
It's just weird seeing Galley on the fourth. I'm not used to that at all. But you know what? Gradually, coming back, there's no need to push him, rush him, and for him to get injured again, right? We're not in a playoff spot. Let's just have fun. Let's have a good game. So get some minutes in. But yeah, first line.
Well, right now, as you can see, they're presenting the Molson Cup. So we've got 2 winners this month. Has that happened before? I don't even know if it's happened.
I don't remember.
Before.
No, I was asking myself that too. Is like I can't recall there ever being 2 winners, which is pretty cool.
But Slick Nick and Goal Caulfield are your winners for the month of March, which is pretty awesome. And I actually love their comments today when they asked, well, there's 2 winners in 1 cup. What are you going to do? And Nick's like, well, maybe we'll just split it. We'll just cut it in half.
Cut it in half.
So really happy for the 2 kids. I mean, they worked their butts off this last month. So pretty exciting to see.
Yeah.
So they're just smiling.
That's
so
awesome.
Happy.
Barely a smile. Come on, Cole. Give us a smile. Nah, it's great.
There
and they deserve
go.
It. Both of them deserve it. Like, you can't really decide who had the better month. Might as well give it to both of them because, my God, they were lights out.
Yeah. And you still have 13 games left in the season. So Cole Caulfield still has the opportunity to catch up. He's 11 points behind for the Calder race?
I'm not up to date on the numbers, but he's
if
pretty close goal-wise.
Drop us some numbers.
For sure, he's pretty close goal-wise, but points, I feel like there's a bit of a gap. I'm not entirely sure. As we see the nice tribute to Eugene Melnick, passed away suddenly this past week here, so not fun at all.
No, it's obviously something that you don't like to see.
No.
There's a lot of negativity rolling around his name and what he's associated for and stuff. So I think my favorite part was Erik Karlsson this week, who shared a story about his relationship with Eugene Melnick, saying that after he got traded from Ottawa to San Jose, he wasn't in touch with Melnick, hadn't spoken to him, but Eugene sent him flowers for the birth of both of his sons, the first one who unfortunately passed away, and for his second child. So just like an attestation to the kind of man that he was. And it's too bad. It's sad to hear.
You never want that to happen, no matter what you thought of the guy. Like, he still kept hockey in Ottawa. He fought to keep hockey in Ottawa. So definitely, had a big part to play in that. And he's a part of the hockey community. No matter who you cheer for, it's never a good thing. So condolences to his family and loved ones. It's never something you want to see. Yeah.
No, I like that they also put the sticker at the back of their helmet too to pay respect.
Nice.
So yeah, it's nice to see. Thank you, Brandon, here, for confirming that he's 21 points back and 8 goals. That's 8 what goals. It is.
He can do that.
He can definitely do that. Yeah, I'm not worried. If he keeps going on this pace, not worried whatsoever. Mm-hmm. We talked about it on the roundtable, but let's just talk about it quickly before the game starts here. So you've got Barron and Harris that are back in the lineup, still in the lineup. Obviously, like the Montreal market that we are, most fan base is criticizing Justin Barron. He just turned 20. He's playing his 7th game in the league. I think it's safe to say that we can relax.
Ridiculous. I mean, what did we expect him to do? Like, come out and score 3 goals like Ryan Paling right away? Like, relax, people. Yeah, definitely. Like, he is going to be a stud Sidney Crosby himself said it. If there's a reliable source out there, it's got to be Sidney Crosby. So I'm not worried whatsoever. He was the best prospect in the Colorado Avalanche pool, and we got him. So let's just be happy. And he's going to be developed. I think we have a development program. Like, he will be properly developed under a good coach, well-rounded team. All right, there's good vets, Edmondson, Savard, all that. So I'm not worried whatsoever.
Development coach. Wow.
Crazy, eh?
If only we would have thought of that 10 years ago.
What a crazy concept.
What a crazy concept. I can't believe it. So tonight, Mike Hoffman, is it Mike Hoffman that's playing his 600th game, if I'm not mistaken, or has the chance to hit 600 points? I'm not sure. Anyways, he's hitting a milestone tonight and playing against the team that also drafted him. So special night for Mike Hoffman. Let's touch on him quickly because I think in the past couple weeks, if not month, he has not been the Mike Hoffman that we've seen or that we know. So what do you think's going on with Mike Hoffman, and is his future safe in Montreal with the way he's playing right now? I think that's the main question.
Hard to tell, really, because he's signed a relatively long-term contract. I believe it's 4 years. So I don't know if we'll be able to trade him if we want to trade him anyways. He does, have a spot on the power play. He's not useless, but he just hasn't been playing like himself recently. So I understand the concerns and all that, but I think he just needs to get a good one on the power play or something like that, and he'll feel himself again. The lines are always changing as well, so he can't really gel with line mates that well. It's just this season is nothing to base ourselves off of, right? Next season, when there's stability and less injuries, because we broke a record. We broke an NHL record with 13 games left of the season for most man games lost to injury in a season, with over almost 700 now, right? Or we're
it's
definitely
like
going to pass
647 or something.
Ridiculous.
It's insane.
So once we have a stable team next season, we'll be able to judge, okay, who's doing what well, who belongs where, should we keep him, should we not? But for now, I think he just needs to get his confidence back, get his groove, and score a greasy one. Maybe that's all he needs.
That's what I'm hoping, because it's just been I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's been bad. The giveaways, the back check, everything's just I don't know what's going on with him. But I just saw that your friend Travis Hamrnick is playing tonight.
Yes, the best trade of the trade deadline. That one was a head scratcher, to say the least.
It still is.
My goodness.
To be honest, it still is. Wow.
Okay,
just going to remind you guys, if you guys want to hop on the show and talk some hockey with us, send us an email live at habstonight@gmail.com. It's written right in front of me and I can't read. It's scrolling at the bottom of your screen if you can't understand me. So take a look at that. Send us an email.
Nice little play by Evans there. Come on, Hoffman. Oh, that's
Gallagher.
A bad pass.
Gallagher.
Yeah. Mine's a bit late, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Crap.
Well, my TV's everything's. Oh, is that going to count?
That was fast.
Is that going to count? I don't know. It's Gallagher.
2 minutes, 30 seconds in. Wow.
Goalie's bitching anyways, so.
Let's go.
Let's go, folks. Beat the score here.
I don't see interference.
No, but not from Gallagher.
So Zub pushes Hoffman in. Wow, we're 2 minutes in. We already have a a controversial goal, guys. This is classic. We're gonna get Gallagher again. We're gonna get Gallagher
pushed him in.
Oh, for sure. But it's gonna get called back. Come on, DJ.
There should be a.
Yeah, he's gonna challenge.
Yeah,
he's gonna challenge. Of course. My goodness, we really can't.
Can't catch a freaking break.
I understand why he's challenging, because Hoffman does go towards the goalie, but he can't.
There is goalie interference, but he's pushed in.
He can't divert, right? He can't not hit Forsberg. Zub pushes him in. I think is going to get called back because we have no luck, but
And
it
it's
shouldn't be
Gallagher.
called back.
No,
So
if
Hoffman has
that's
no
called back,
chance to avoid Forsberg.
no. He's pushing him in. Insane.
Get ready.
Oh, you can't make this shit up.
Classic. Only took 2 minutes. Is Jake Sanderson playing tonight or no? I didn't
don't
see.
know. I don't think so.
Because he's a guy that we need to keep
Hold
an
on,
eye
I'll check
on if
the
he is.
Ottawa lineup.
Yeah, I forgot to check, but oh man,
Ottawa.
that's ridiculous. By the way, get your Habs Tonight merch. HabsTonight.net. Get your Gallagher shirt. Get your Goal Caulfield shirt too, because I feel like he's gonna pop off tonight again. Good old Molson Cup winner.
I'm hoping. No, Sanderson's not playing tonight.
Okay. Well, that's good
My
for
God,
us.
their graphics are ugly.
Yeah.
It appears it's a good goal.
As it should be.
Get it right. Yeah, Erstrom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
30 seconds.
We didn't get
late,
Gallagher. Wow.
That's a first.
And we have a power play now. So good stuff. Good
Cole
stuff
Caulfield
right
on
off
the power
bat.
play.
Good job, Zub.
Good goal, baby.
What a great name. Artem Zub.
Zub?
That's so cool.
Yeah. Zub scored his first career goal against Carey Price, and he scored his second career goal against Carey Price. And every time he scores, it's against Carey Price. So, you know.
Well, Price isn't in net tonight, so you're not getting shit. Come on, Nick.
Oh, boy. Let's talk power play while we're on it. A little bit, better, but not.
Tricky. So we're going 5 forwards here. I'm noticing we're going 5 forwards on the first unit, which is interesting. Terrible pass by Hoffman. My goodness.
See?
Buddy. Okay, get it together.
That wasn't even a pass. That he just left the puck.
Yeah, he just left it there. He just left
like,
it
here
there.
you go.
Oh no.
Wow.
But yeah, 5
no,
forwards.
That's one thing we need to address this next season is the special units because holy crap.
Yeah. Do we think Barron gets any power play time? I'd like to see him on the power play.
I think he did last game. No.
Yeah, maybe. I missed a big chunk of the game. Come on. Oh, good job, Devo.
Yeah, fans, if you're aware if Barron had power play time last game, go nuts and drop that in the comments. Oh, Tsipal.
There's Barron. Okay, got my answer.
Okay, we're good. Never mind, chat.
I like that. Ilonen, Pitlick, Armia, and Anderson. Sweet. I like that second unit. Let's go. Oh, I thought that was going.
Armia.
Yeah.
Much better in the past 7 games.
Much improved. I will say that. Yeah. He's not a bystander anymore. He's actually involved.
Bystander.
Which is what we want.
That's being polite.
He was just there. He was skating, but now he's actually doing things, which is what we're paying him for, and he's doing them well.
Oh. Go. Close enough. See, I'd rather see a power play like that instead of, bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a legend in the green room right now.
Well, do we now? Oh!
Damon without a Habs jersey or a hat. Wow.
That's a nice shirt, though.
Thank you.
That's a nice shirt.
I go for a walk right before the going good. I just go for a walk right before the game, and I miss a goal apparently.
Yeah, Gally got one.
And you missed coach's challenge too. They challenged it. Yeah.
I guess I should go for more walks whenever the Habs play.
Just stay outside.
Okay. If I could bring the stream outside, if I could bring up my laptop, that'd be ideal.
That's good.
Plus 12 out here, so why not?
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day in Ottawa right now. If we're being honest, we do need the Tankatron to keep going. So losing this and having Ottawa win would be the most beneficial thing, right?
Very, very good. Yeah. But let's also have a good game, Let's have
Ottawa.
fun.
Like I want to win.
Let's enjoy it. Yeah, that's it.
It's
kind of nice to beat them.
Yeah, win an OT.
I don't
Yeah.
mind that.
Okay. Yeah, that would be the best solution, I think. Win an OT.
Give them a point.
And yeah. But yeah, Gallagher's back. Gallagher scores. It is 1-1, dominating his shots
1-0.
right now. Well, dominating too. Does I say 1-1?
Yeah.
Oopsies. Sorry. 1-0.
Don't jinx it. It's not going to be 1-1.
No, it's not.
So what's the deal with Mete here? I haven't seen him in a game in a long time. Is he
out, apparently.
Scratched again? Oh yeah,
He wanted
I don't
out.
blame him.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. Yeah, he's so talented, but wherever he goes, he just doesn't seem to get the opportunity he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
There's always somebody like right on top of him that gets the spot. I feel like they use him when they're gonna put him on a team like Arizona. If he'd be Arizona, he'd be like on the top 2 pairing because they have nobody else. You know?
Him and Chychrun, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're putting him on a team like our defense right now, like he wouldn't crack the lineup with us right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
it looks like
I don't know.
It looks like Goalie got a promotion already. He's playing with Suzuki and Caulfield on the first line.
Oh shit!
That didn't take too long. He started off on the 4th. Pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
David, what'd you think of that? Yeah, what'd you think of that first line with Pitlick?
Ooh, the Caulfield Suzuki Pitlick line. I found it pretty interesting. Yeah. Like Pitlick, in my opinion, never seemed like a guy who would be on a first line, but he has been playing some really good hockey for us, and he did play really well enough to earn that spot. But I kind of wish Anderson kind of stayed on that line to build that chemistry for the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there wasn't much chemistry I find in the past couple games, so I'm sort of happy that they changed it up because now you know that Pitlick does work on that line if ever, I guess. Because you're never short of options.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's always good to have.
Yeah.
But then again, looking at the draft this year, might be good to get, that first line winger that can solidify that first line as one of the best in the league because it has that potential. You got a phenomenal goal scorer, you got a playmaker, you just need someone else there. We're still looking for that piece.
Yeah,
missing that one piece.
Yeah, just imagine this would be so ideal for so many people in the Habs, but I find it would be funny if it happens. Kent Hughes' son Jack Hughes is in the first round this year. He's supposed to be drafted in the first round, and just imagine with Calgary's pick, we pick him, and that'd be one of the funniest draft moments. A dad drafting his own son.
Wow, that's like didn't Shane Doan do that? Yeah, Shane Doan drafted his kid in Arizona, right? Yeah, that's
I think it was in the later round though.
It was.
He commented on it saying, like, it would be like, obviously drafting my son would be like, he's coming to, I'm going to work with him all day. Like I'm his boss and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to put that kind of pressure on him whatsoever, which I can respect, So I don't know.
How do you trade your kid? That's pretty weird, eh?
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
See you for supper, but you're packing your bags to San Jose, my friend. Ah, Dad.
Let's pack your shit. By the way, what do you want for supper?
Oh boy, that's messy.
Look at this legend here. Drew Deeks. Deeksy, get back to work. Stop slouching around. Just gonna give a shout out to his channel, Drew Deeks. Check it out on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. Just passed, I think, 1,200 subscribers. So make sure you check that out. Give him a follow. Go check out his videos. Super fun to watch. So yeah, quick shout out. You are working. Bullshit.
It's okay. I believe you, Drew.
Working,
you're the only one, I think. Working. Working for Habs tonight doesn't count. Go back to your actual job. Sean makes a good point here. So that was Galley's first 5-on-5 goal of the year.
Wow.
That's huge for Gallagher.
Yep. Getting the gorilla off his back.
Much needed. See, hardly working. Told you.
Ooh, nice.
Go.
How about that Dvorak? Eh? He's been much better since coming back from injury. I really like this game.
Yeah.
It's 56% on faceoffs.
that's what we need. You know, when losing Dano, who was our face-off guy, like that's why we got Dvorak. That's what he's there for. So.
Honestly, what? Oh, go ahead, Nick.
No, sorry. It's okay. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I see Christian Dvorak. I want to see a full year of this guy finally because
Yeah,
he's been so banged up with us, and I think once he gets to finally a full year in it with us, I definitely wonder if he can really play up to that value that Berge acquired him for the first and second.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I think we said this before, like a few times on the show too. I mean, I've said it is I haven't seen what I thought I was going to see from Christian Dvorak. I was expecting a lot more, but he was injured twice this year?
I think twice or three times, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. And we're just finally seeing his potential under Martin St. Louis. So I think you're right, Damon. Having a full year under Martin St. Louis is going to be a huge difference for him. What about if we keep him? Do we keep him with Jonathan Drouin when Jonathan Drouin comes back?
Yeah, I actually like that lineup.
Yeah.
That's it. They've built some good chemistry there, and maybe bring back that Dvorak, Drouin, Anderson line potentially could be interesting. But yeah, I know they've developed some chemistry already, so I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Brandon here's putting some stats for Mete, so yeah, not some great stats, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Shayne? 7 assists in 34 games, minus 18. Yeah.
But we still like our boy Victor. You know, he did us.
Oh, we still love our boy
good,
Victor.
Yeah,
that's it. He was good with us. We did him dirty, you know, but that's of the past. It's a different regime, you know, different GM and all that. So
yeah.
I hope he still likes us.
One
also came on the show.
Harris.
If you haven't checked that interview, make sure you check it out. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice shot, Harris.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a fun question out there to you guys. How do you think Mete would perform under a coach such as St. Louis?
It's interesting. I feel like St. Louis has given the players more freedom and create place for creativity, right? So I think Mete could develop his game on his own in that sense, and he's not, constrained by a system that he doesn't really fit in. But it's kind of hard to tell, he doesn't have that one facet of his game that's just above everyone else. He's just good at playing hockey. So it's really hard to tell. Nice hit.
But I'm comparing it to, if we're taking a look at everybody on this team right now, everybody's been improving. I don't think there's, apart from Mike Hoffman, but aside from him, everybody's been pretty much, showing a little bit of performance and adjusting their game. So I'm pretty sure we'd see a difference. Would we see enough to have him permanently in the lineup? I don't think so. But you'd still see something out of him for sure.
Yeah.
I think.
Because he skates so fluidly, and the one thing I have noticed, the one play that really works out for him, especially in junior, was skating up the ice and then creating a nice scoring chance. And I noticed that's how he scored his first goal with the Senators when he first arrived in Ottawa. And I wonder if under St. Louis, if he would be able to do that a lot more. Because when I was talking with one of my friends who's a Sens fan, and he was saying that DJ Smith is a very restrictive coach and very system-based, and he feels that Mete hasn't really gotten the opportunity to play the way he should play under DJ Smith.
I can see that.
That's true too. Yeah. No, I'd be interested for sure in seeing, almost all of our former players playing under Martin St. Louis. For me, it's Kotkaniemi. I'm going to bring it back, but KK, can you imagine if KK would be used? It kind of reminds me of Caulfield, how Caulfield was unhappy playing 6-7 minutes, sometimes 9. KK was getting the same treatment. So under a new regime, a new coach, and somebody who, like you said, Shane, doesn't box you into a system and allows you to make reads, how would that have been? Would he be worth signing that offer sheet?
Man, that's a big if.
Let's say he turns his career around under Martin St. Louis and performs like a $6 million player. Could he have been your second starter? Your second center?
I think he could have, honestly.
Yeah.
The potential was there, but it just the way we coach him, and also we know Claude Julien and Bergevin were very much old school in their mindset.
You
but
think?
Jeez.
Jesus.
I just trying to put it nicely, but just blatantly, yeah, they're too old school for someone such as
Yeah.
Kotkaniemi. So
Don't get me wrong. Both of them are great coaches. I mean, you got Claude
Mhm.
Julien, that's a Stanley Cup champion. But look at the team that he had, first of all. And second of all, it was back when. It wasn't like it was 2 years ago. That Boston Stanley Cup was what? 2014?
2010,
There you go. Freaking 12 years ago, you know?
that Stanley Cup
So,
run still hurts me.
yeah.
Not many of us were happy when that happened, eh?
The one
Yeah.
thing no one gives the Habs credit for is we pushed Boston to the brink that year in the 7-game series, and we were without Pacioretty and Markov, and we could have beaten them if both those players were in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd agree with that. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thoughts. Sorry, lost my train of thoughts.
Man, Schueneman has a good shot, like underrated missile coming from his stick. I really like him. He's been a revelation this season, man.
Yeah, he's been
Great
so
player.
good.
This is a guy that's not drafted.
Yeah, undrafted.
Yeah, he worked
What a
his
story.
way.
I love
Come
it.
on, Nick.
But, okay, so I guess question is, can Schueneman stay in our lineup with all the prospects and all the players we have coming up?
Yeah,
That's my
the big
question.
one there.
Chat, what do you guys think?
He might be more of a trade piece, unfortunately. You know, I love Schueneman. I love having him on the Habs right now, but further down the line when the guys come in, you know, the goalies, all that, he might be bumped down, and then, you know, he's good enough to be in the NHL. We can't put him on waivers, so might become a trade piece.
Is he seriously going to call that?
Hmm.
Wow. Jesus.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I could see him becoming a trade piece, but the thing is, he just skates so well. And I can tell you this: if he was on Arizona, he'd easily be on the second pair. And I don't want to keep using Arizona as an analogy because
But it's
pretty
true.
much
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's
Mhm.
true. It's keep using it as much as you want. Before you do, Brandon, who scored the first goal? He's got the same name as you. That's your hint.
Spelt a little differently, but yeah.
yeah,
Yes, but
E
he's got the
instead of
same
an
name.
O. Right.
But yeah, Schueneman. If you lose Petrie this summer, like Shane, you predicted that this summer we might see a Jeff Petrie move.
Hey, got one.
If you lose Jeff Petrie, you still have. Hold on, I think I have the. Yeah, here's our defense here. Yeah,
That's it.
because we've got a lot of lefties.
Romy's at a lock, and then Harris is likely to make the team again. Goalie, I would assume he makes the team, and then you got Norlinder,
not with
Xhekaj,
what
and
Hughes
Struble.
said.
Like, my God.
Hughes said
Norlinder
next season
also-
he's expecting Goalie to maybe play another year, maybe in Laval,
Really?
and then come up. Yeah,
I don't mind that.
Me neither.
There's no rush.
me neither.
Same here.
No,
Let him
we're fine.
develop.
Yeah.
For me, it's Arber
Norlin-
Xhekaj.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Norlinder also plays the right side, so that's also definitely a plus for a
that
right
helps.
side.
Yeah. David Saval to the box. Apparently, you can't touch a player.
So,
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you guys see Patty Maroon?
oh,
his press
come on.
conference?
With
Yeah, let's talk
Simmons
about that.
there?
Yeah.
Let's talk
Garbage.
about that.
10
David, do you want to
minutes.
recap for the fans who didn't see it?
Yeah. From what I saw, they were chirping on the bench, and they both got 10-minute misconducts from what I saw. Like, I didn't watch that game, but I just lost brain cells opening my phone and seeing what happened this morning.
Terrible.
So you
How do you-
can't chirp anymore. So that's basically what we're
Hmm.
doing. It happened again against who was it? I think it was Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. Yeah, Simmons and
Or was
Adam
it Toronto
Lowry.
too?
Yeah.
See, there you go. Simmons again. They were at the face-off. Boom. Called out. Go away. 5 minutes left in the
Damn.
game.
Oh,
So-
I remember that. Yeah. Wow.
So like, how far do you go? I mean, I get that maybe the chirping can go a little bit far sometimes, but unless you're actually like chirping and pushing each other, then
Yeah,
why
it's
should
not
it
getting
matter?
physical. They're on
Yeah,
they're
if
on
it's
their
physical, okay.
respective benches, and they're just throwing insults at each other. It's not going to hurt anybody. Like, they're not 5 years old. These are grown men, and then they can manage their own feelings. Like, come on, you don't need to give them a 10-minute penalty.
No, it's excessive for nothing,
Yep.
which I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's soft.
Big time.
I don't mind chirping personally to an extent. I remember there was the
Yeah.
funny Patty Maroon versus Josh Anderson chirping in the Cup Finals where Josh Anderson was saying, "Get back on the bench, Big Rig, get back on the bench." He's like, "Why are you telling me to back on the bench? You have as many points as me. That's embarrassing for you." And that was I legitimately got a bit of a chuckle out of that. But
That's it.
then we all know there was the incident with Panarin and Marchand. In my opinion, that definitely went too far.
Yeah, no, you
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
Once you bring in the personal stuff, it's like, okay, you pipe down a
Yeah.
little. But that could be subject to a fine or something like that. But like a 10-minute penalty during the game,
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm not
excessive.
a big fan of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for me, like the best chirping session that I loved was Max Domi and Kapanen.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
That was
Way to go, Kapanen,
top
you
tier.
effing idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I died of
Top
laughter from
tier.
that.
Oh, and
I
Zach
think-
Smith.
Yeah.
Waivers.
Waivers.
That was iconic.
Bye.
I think my
Waivers.
favorite all time is still Claude Giroux. You pigeon. That
You
one line,
pigeon.
you pigeon. It's so good. It is so good. You can't
Oh, God.
beat that. Shout out
My
Claude
favorite
Giroux.
chirp was from Dale actually back in back in 2014. I remembered when Montreal played Boston. It wasn't in the playoffs. It was right after Lucci said, "I'm gonna effing kill you."
Yeah.
I remembered
Yep.
Dale scored a penalty shot against Nicholas Svedberg, and then I remembered Montreal. I think we beat Boston 5-1 that night. And I remembered Renaud Lavoie said, "Oh, are you gonna give them a flex to the fans?" He's like, "Maybe when the playoffs come around, I will." That was just a legendary chirp.
Good old Dale.
Yeah, and then Boston didn't even see the playoffs that year, so that was so nice to see.
Beautiful.
He's
Love
so
to
proud
see
of
it.
that moment too. Just
Yeah. As he should.
goes like this.
Yeah.
For me, it's a chest pump. The chest pump was great. Yeah, anything against Boston is just.
Come on, you in.
I think my favorite parts of the good old Boston rivalry, like I mean in 2010 or whatever, was whenever Tim Thomas would get mad.
Yeah.
He had a
temper,
short
that guy.
temper, and it was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Even on Twitter.
Oh,
Really?
hilarious.
When they were supposed to go to the White House, he lost his crap when it came to that. He's like, the federal government is like overthrowing the rights. Like, I don't want to get into politics, but like he just said some stuff that was very ridiculous on Twitter.
Well, I'll always remember when Carey Price beat the snot out of him.
Yeah, I remember
That was a
Tim
beautiful
Thomas
moment.
fell. That was
Fell
one of the
down.
funniest videos out there.
Amazing.
Tim Thomas and Tuukka Rask getting super mad, smashing a stick on the boards, and then like
falling
diving
down,
right
yeah.
into the boards.
Yeah.
Classic.
Poor guy. That was the year that I think it was 2-3 years straight that Boston just couldn't beat us. Claude Julien was just piss red mad behind the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was one Canucks fan who perfectly edited out that game, the game 7, where Claude Julien said, in game 7, I expect us to win. And then there's edited of Michel Therrien laughing right in the presser. And the video's unfortunately no longer up on YouTube, but smart people like me, we saved it to our Google Drive. So if any of you guys want a link to this hilarious video, I could gladly, I don't know if I can put it in the chat or something, but it was just
link
such
that
an
in the
iconic
group chat. Brandon here putting another great memory of Brandon Prust calling Paul McCrane a bug-eyed walrus. We actually have that on video from our interview with Brandon Prust last year. It is an insane hour of just Brandon Prust speaking it the way it is on how he was pissed off that his buddy Lars Eller got nailed on the ice, and that Paul McCrane turns around and says, yeah, that number, what was his number? Couldn't even call him by his name. And then right after, the PR person tells Brandon, "You got to go talk to the media." And Brandon's like, "You effing kidding me right now?" Was not a good time to send Brandon to the media.
But it turns out it was a good
some
time.
Great memories.
Yeah, we got a fantastic
The Walrus
quote
was
out of
born. What a series. It's probably where the rivalry with Ottawa started, really.
Yeah. Austin Watson.
What a shot, though.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are really before me. It's still playing.
No, my stream is the same thing as yours, Shane, but the TV's on right beside. I'm watching TV too.
Oh, okay.
Who gave that up? Schueneman. We were just
talking
about
a rookie mistake.
It's okay, guys. Think about the tank.
We have all our eyes on the prospects. Shane Wright, Matt Savoie, Logan Cooley, Connor Geeky. Just think about them.
Yeah, that's it.
Nah.
Beating Ottawa, but thinking about them at the same time.
I know. Still stings. Hate Ottawa. With a passion.
Especially Austin Watson. I'm not a big fan of that.
I know.
He's done some
POS.
Not great stuff, so yeah.
The POS.
That one kind of sucks.
Oh, big POS.
Let's go. We got a game now. 1-1.
Yeah, shots are 7-10 for Montreal, so
looking good.
Ain't too bad of a period, honestly. Can't complain. Oh, we got some hot takes here. Cipol scores tonight.
I like that.
I would love it.
I don't mind it. Get some Cole Caulfield to score. Yeah, here you go. Some Cole to score tonight. That would be great. Or a couple of passes in.
This one day.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years until that happens.
Or maybe next year, and we surprise the hell out of everyone.
Yeah. Like, honestly, now that you mentioned next year, I actually have something I want to bring up. Something I think is an interesting topic of discussion is a team readjustment as opposed to a full-on rebuild, where we move out the contracts of Hoffman, Petrie, and Armia, and we can bring in other big free agents and let the youth take over. And honestly, I would not be surprised how well if we go deep with that.
Mm-hmm. And we'd be moving Weber's contract as well, likely, right?
Arizona's probably where he's going to be collecting his last paychecks.
That's crazy. Where contracts go to die.
Yeah.
Or does he just retire?
Could be.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that this summer. An official retirement. I mean, at what, if you're not going to play again, just let it go.
Don't Nashville take a huge hit if he retires or something?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna sting.
I don't know what the details are for that contract, but there's a huge hit for Nashville. At Caulfield's prime, does he surpass Nick Suzuki as a playmaker? That's a very good question. And let's bring in the comments that Guy Boucher made today too, that he said on a great team that Nick Suzuki is not more than a third C, which I'm calling bullshit on that. But
no chance.
Let's get you guys' take on that and on this question here from Phil.
On a good team right now, as you speak today, he'd likely be on the second line, not third line. That's garbage. Likely on the second line. Further down, when he hits his peak, he is a first line center in the NHL, no matter where. So let's get that out of the way. He is a first line center. As for his playmaking abilities, I think they're up there in the league. I'm not saying he's the best one in the league, obviously, but he's up there. Like, his vision, his creativity, hockey IQ is nuts. So not to diminish Cole's playmaking because it's really good, but his scoring ability is superior to his playmaking. And I think Suzuki's playmaking, anyways.
I definitely think he's a number 1 C, no matter the team, unless it's a Team Canada, of course, but that he's making, let's say, for the World Championships or for Olympics, but any NHL team, he's obviously a number one center, but if there's a really good number one center ahead of him, I think he's the 2C because he does more defensively. But
Yeah,
I just don't get why
Mhm.
Boucher's saying that. Yeah,
that's a weird
Boucher
comment.
has his own issues with always using his 1-3-1, which goes to show why
Yeah.
he's no longer coaching the NHL. But that's just a ridiculous thing he said.
Man,
Yeah,
Harris is
Boucher's just
playing
basically
nuts.
signed his "I'm not gonna coach in the league anymore" contract. Insane. Great stats here from Daniel. Habs are
And the
8-1
man.
versus the Sens when Goalie scores. Maybe we'll be 8-2 tonight. Who knows? Brandon's question here: thoughts on Weber not showing up for the team photo? I honestly couldn't give a flying shit. Weber's there, or not. Leave him alone.
Yeah,
He's
let's not look into it
being
too much.
chirped right now on Twitter for giving up on this team and blah blah blah. But
Ridiculous. He's probably not even in Montreal
God.
right now. You think he's going to take a
He's
flight just to
not.
take a picture? Come on, people.
He's not.
Be better.
Who gives
He's
a
in
shit where
Kelowna
he
right
is?
now.
Be better.
Yeah.
He doesn't owe
it pisses
anybody
me off.
anything.
He's given us
And Brandon,
so
I'm
much
not
as
taking this out
fans.
on you or anything. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
no.
in
He
general.
asked the question. You know,
In
that's it.
general, yeah.
But there was a reporter or a journalist, whatever, on Twitter that did shit on
Yeah,
Weber.
it's Brandon Kelly. It's Brandon Kelly.
Ridiculous. Dude, you should feel ashamed of yourself. That is a terrible take.
It's not his first stupid comments, though. Everything Brandon Kelly writes is just
I don't know the guy.
makes no sense.
Couldn't tell you.
That's lucky you.
Yeah, probably.
We have another Brandon G now.
Nice.
So what does Colorado do if they don't win the cup this season? Kadri, yeah.
I
Shane,
expect Kadri
thoughts?
to walk, honestly. He's going to ask for a lot. And I don't like, unless he's taking the McKinnon way and taking a discount to win in Colorado, he's going to walk. He's going to go somewhere else and be the 1C. Right now, he's the 2C on a really good team, but in many other teams, he could be number one. So I think he has the chance of getting the big bucks this summer. I do expect Kadri to walk. Kemper, on the other hand, probably not. I don't know. I feel like he could stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect Colorado to just keep at it, in my opinion, because I do think they'd still have the core to win the cup, even with the salary flat cap, because we know, of course, McKinnon's on his 1-year contract. I mean, he's on his team-friendly contract, and man, why can't I talk properly? Yeah. And also, Bowen Byram's still getting better and better. He's had a lot of injuries early on in his career, and I definitely think he's progressing right now. And I definitely believe that he will be a good player in the future for Colorado. And just imagine him and Makar as a pair. That would be so nasty.
Yuck.
Yeah. Colorado is my cup favorite this year. I mean, I know we've talked a lot about the Florida Panthers, but watching them play, like on paper, they have a fantastic team. Don't get me wrong, but on the ice for some plays and some games, I'm questioning how they're gonna get past the second round, yet alone the third round, yet alone winning the cup. Like, I don't know. I'm a little bit iffy on that. So for me, it's Colorado. That's my cup favorite, as it has been for the past 2-3 years now. But they seem to, I don't say choke in the playoffs, but a little bit of choke into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Yeah. Washington syndrome.
Yeah.
Yikes.
There you go. The Washington syndrome. Pretty much. Damon, you might be able to answer this question here since you're pretty familiar with the prospects. He's asking Riley Kidney. He's having a great year for the Bathurst Titans right now. What do you think?
I really like Riley Kidney from what I've seen of him. I was a little surprised when we picked him in the first round. I'm just going to put that out there. So I'm going to be that guy who was surprised that we picked him, but he is a really good player. And he went on throughout the playoffs for the Teton, and he had a game. He had a game where he never had a game where he didn't put up a point. So he was always a point per game player in the playoffs.
Damn.
And he's just skyrocketing in his play and also in his development as well. And I honestly think that if the World Juniors come around, and depending on who goes, because we still don't know training camps and all that, and even Jeff Gordon and Kent Hughes were asked about this by Chantal Maccabee when they did a fan Q&A.
Yeah.
She asked them, which Habs players do you see making the making the Olympics. I mean the Olympics. I mean the World Junior teams. World Junior teams when they come back this summer, and of course Gorton and Hughes said they expected Watt to make Canada because of how much better he's gotten between December and now. They said they don't know if Goalie will officially be back because it'll be close to training camp. They don't know about Mishak if he'll be back, and they're not sure about Oliver Kapanen yet. And also Kidney, in my opinion, someone who I think I would not be surprised if he made it because of the year he's having, and he's just such a good player, and I could see him easily forcing Paling to the wing, in my opinion, because I think he plays a bit better of a two-way game from what I've seen so far, but I still really like Brian Paling, and I still think he would be really good at any position he plays at in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
We've got a lot of fans too that are hopping on the Calgary bandwagon.
Understandably.
I'm not saying that you're on a Calgary bandwagon. I'm just saying that in general. Would be exciting to see Calgary going the long way. I mean, Markstrom has been rock solid for them all season, leading the league in shutouts. They've got a great team, especially with the addition of Toffoli, but they did recently lose Sean Monahan with a season-ending injury. So curious to see how they're going to make up for that loss. I mean, I know he's not their top player, but he's still a veteran that's going to be useful to them for the playoffs, and they're obviously going to miss him. So what are your thoughts and expectations for Calgary?
Calgary, in my opinion, is a very interesting team for them to come to the playoffs because finally they made the move that I think makes them a contender in acquiring Toffoli. And a fun stat I've noticed so far throughout the pandemic, Toffoli's been on the Canadian team that's gone the deepest in the playoffs. Played for Vancouver when they went deep in the bubble, played for Montreal when we went to the Cup Finals, and I think Calgary will actually make it out of the first round, unlike Toronto. So Toffoli, I think, will continue that stat during the pandemic. But I definitely see them going at least past the second round.
Yeah. We're looking at most likely a Colorado-Calgary semifinals there, which would be phenomenal. I would love nothing less. But, I mean, Johnny Gaudreau has been nuts this season. Crazy. He's looking to hit 100 points maybe this week. Who knows? This guy's
in a contract year.
Yeah, crazy. Oh my God, he's going to get paid. Good for him too. Good for him. He's a good guy. But they are a scary team, and that first line is so underrated with Lindholm, Tkachuk, and Gaudreau. I wouldn't want to play against them. No chance.
No. Nope. Not at all. Shane, you had some topics that you had in mind that you wanted to talk during the intermission here. So the shots were 11-11 at the end of the period. It's 1-1 between the Senators and the Canadiens. What are some of those topics that you wanted to bring up? Because we haven't had much time to talk about them.
Well, we have to. That's it. We first have to acknowledge Ryan Getzlaf, who today declared that he will be retiring after this season. Cornerstone player for the Anaheim Ducks, likely the best player in franchise history, right up there with Team Canada. So, yeah, Team Canada. He's one of the best captains to ever do it. Great player, great person. So,
great leader.
Congrats on the retirement, Ryan, if you're watching. Yeah, probably not. But no, seriously, it's worth acknowledging, though. Yeah, it is worth acknowledging because he had a long and prosperous career. He was phenomenal. What a player. I think the biggest one that's bothered me heavily is the Keith Yandle situation. I think we have to talk about it because, my goodness, Philly, what are you doing? Makes no sense.
Such disrespect from an organization to make your Iron Streak man sit down because you want to play the kids and you're not even in a playoff position. So it says a lot about the organization itself. I think it says even more about the team, seeing as no one was even able to say, you know what, I'm going to sit down. Let him keep his streak. He's 11 games away from 1,000 straight games. Blows my mind.
Yeah. I just can't believe that they do this. Like, I'm not surprised they did this, but I'm just in shock that they do this because he's definitely so close to achieving history, and the fact that Chuck Fletcher and company want to take it away from him is just very scummy.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard comments from Dale throughout the shows here saying, his experience with Philly was less than pleasurable. Let's just say that. And many players who've been in Philly have said the same things. So, I mean, it's crazy to me that a historic franchise like the Philadelphia Flyers, who had some phenomenal years back in the day, are being run like this right now. It's truly gross. I feel terrible for Keith Yandle. It was one of the greatest storylines from the Philadelphia Flyers this season was the fact that he was about to hit 1,000 games. He broke the Iron Man streak record, and you just cut his legs like that. Are you kidding me? Yeah, sure, he hasn't had a good season. Okay, you want to play the kids? Well, play them next season. There's no rush. You're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Come on. There's no possible explanation for this. It's just a scummy move through and through, and I hate everything about it. So, Keith, I hope you find a new home, my friend. Philly doesn't deserve you.
No.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry, just trash organization. That's how I'm going to put it. I mean, we've heard really some stories from Dale on air, off the air. No respect whatsoever for the Philadelphia Flyer organization. And kind of like Chicago got Jonathan Toews 1,000 games this week. I have no more respect for Chicago's captain after the whole Kyle Beach situation.
Yeah, that hurt.
I can't have respect for that, Like, yeah, congratulations, you hit 1,000 games, but yeah, you're not gonna get my respect for doing it the way you did it. Nope, sorry.
Sucks, really sucks.
Tis great.
I mean, if we want to keep riding the controversial train here, a little incident happened with the Ducks and the Coyotes there with Jay Beagle and Troy Terry. For those who missed it, Jay Beagle literally assaulted Troy Terry. Troy Terry never dropped the gloves, and Beagle started pounding on his face. So not good. And then, everybody seems to have opinions about it. So let's say ours. Might as well, eh?
I think whatever Trevor Zegras said is going to be reapplied to my comment. Because I love seeing players come to the defense of their teammates, especially when the situation is wrong. Because if you take a look at the actual replay, the commentator basically praises Jay Beagle for going after Troy Terry because he has talent. So a dinosaur mentality that has been confirmed by a lot of journalists and commentators. Dan Robertson even commented on it. Make sure you check that video out, by the way, released last night. I don't know. How can you praise somebody for going after one of the star players to bash his face in for scoring a beautiful goal, and then the league doesn't even step in when somebody was purely assaulted? His face is just demolished.
Yeah,
could have caused them a season. I know they're not making the playoffs, but you could have caused them a season-ending injury. You could have anything could have happened, right? So I'm not a fan. Definitely not a fan. And yeah, Damon.
Yeah, like when I saw the photo of Troy Terry after, he looked like he could have gotten some serious eye damage. And the fact is, in hockey, we all know about the failure of the NHL Department of Player Safety whenever it comes to protecting the players. We always talk about them protecting players, but whenever it comes to a big incident such as this, we all know about how it happened with Tom Wilson last year. Whenever it comes to these situations, they never seem to come to the aid of the players and just seem to say, oh, here's a fine. Oh, we'll just sweep it under the rug. It's just ridiculous. And the fact that he could do that and get away with it, I don't know what the NHL's thinking here, but you just can't go up to a guy and beat him up like that. The guy can get serious injury.
That's it.
And I just think what Trevor Zegras said, like, I don't know if I want to say exactly what he said on air because I don't want to get into swearing issues, but yeah, I guess I could curse with them in other languages, but no, I don't want to. But
I don't care. Go for it. I don't care.
Jay Beagle is a tuvlo, which means idiot in Greek, but
There you go.
Tuvlo.
Greek curse him, Damon. Go for it.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I like it needed to be called out. Let's put it that way.
For sure.
Yeah. It's Bush League. Just Bush League. I wanted to touch on what else did we see this week? Marian Hossa, who signed a one-day contract with the Chicago Blackhawks, so he can finally retire as a Blackhawk. So congratulations to Marian Hossa on another incredible career too. This guy's been through a lot in the past couple of years with I'm not exactly sure what kind of illness he had, but couldn't play, which is too bad for him. So congratulations on that. Big chunk that's retiring. Great player.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of comments here. Yeah, we're getting a lot of comments about Logan Mailloux. So obviously we're not going to touch on one side of the story, but we can totally touch on him being underrated. I mean, very skillful player, right? So let's talk about Logan Mailloux and the talent side of that situation.
There's no doubt the kid can play. Like, he was supposed to go in the top 15 before the incident. So, he can play. Like, that's not a factor worth considering here. He's going to be good, and he'll likely crack the NHL. But there's always going to be that cloud above him, that thing following him. And it's up to him really to make us kind of forget or move on from that. Can't really forget, but show that he has improved as a person, right? We know he's a good hockey player, but again, there's that person aspect. And right now he's got to win a lot of fans over. But if what Bergevin has implemented with, the reform thing or whatever it's called, if that gets carried over with the Hughes system, I don't know much about that. But the team has given him the tools, right? It's really up to him to show up, really take how can I say this? Really like show growth and become a better person. That's all that matters.
Yeah, the talent is obviously there. For example, like I wouldn't have been surprised if he had made the World Juniors roster, let's say, if this whole thing didn't happen. But I definitely think that as a character, like I hope he's improving, and we do know that he's been punished heavily, which hopefully taught him his lesson. But I definitely can see him being an NHL player, and I could literally see him be anywhere on our right side, depending on who we draft. I could see him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on our right side. I mean, top pair right side, I should say.
Yeah.
Along with, let's say, Goalie, while maybe Norlinder plays with Romanov. So yeah, I definitely think that there's still a lot of other good things out there about our right side, and also want to bring up Josh Brook now that we pull him up. He had such a good junior career, but he got into a lot of injury trouble. Do you guys see him potentially cracking in the NHL roster, or do you guys think that he might be a call up in the future for us?
I'm kind of, I don't know why, but I'm kind of getting a Noah Juleson vibe from Josh Brook, where so much potential. You think it's going to happen, and then boom, gets traded or just stays in the A. There's so many different prospects that we have that I think he's going to get kind of like a Mete situation, where so long he was the highest prospect we had, but so many people are coming up that he's slowly being pushed down, if that makes sense. That's kind of my take on it. But Shane, I don't know if you have any
I really hope he does crack the lineup someday, because he's a great player, great guy. He made the Team Canada roster. He's no slouch, but injuries is really what's brought him down. So if he can stay healthy, improve on his game, and develop with our new system, he could be really good here. He could be what we need on the right side. But it's a big if, because he's been injury prone. He's not been lucky as well, but it's concerning. I'll say that.
Because he's been injured at least twice this year for Laval.
Yeah. But he's fun to watch when he's healthy. That's the part, Mentioned it earlier, but Arber Xhekaj, that kid can freaking hit I love his energy. I love keep using that word, but the swagger that he has when he plays. So, and his training camp was pretty good. Let's be honest.
Oh
He's
yeah.
one of the last
Oh
ones to
yeah.
get cut too, right? So,
That's it.
yeah.
No, I got to
Xhekaj.
see him at the intra squad game, and I didn't know who he was. I was like, "Who the hell is this Xhekaj kid?" And at first, I thought we went out and got a free agent or something. Like, did I not hear about this? Because this guy's taller than everybody. He's bigger than everybody. He's laying everyone out, and he's playing well. What is this? I need to know more about him. But yeah, no, he's definitely an interesting guy and all-around player, right? He's so well-rounded because usually when you see a big physical defenseman like him, the offensive side and maybe sometimes the defensive side doesn't follow. He's got everything. So with diamond in the rough here, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I definitely think that he'll be an NHL player, but with our left side, I'm not sure it'll be with us though. Like, I hate to say it, but yeah, he's definitely very talented, and we all know the price that the Hamilton Bulldogs paid to get him, and he's going to be playing with Jan Mysak, which is going to be nice. But I want to bring this back to Mailloux for a second, just a quick funny story I have regarding him. So I know, so from the basketball league that I play in, I know one of my teammates, actually, his cousin plays in the OHL for the Windsor Spitfires, Pasquale Zito, and he actually got into a fight with Logan Mailloux recently, and injured his shoulder, and Mailloux's going to need shoulder surgery.
Wow.
Ooh.
Tell
Was
your
that
friend
released?
to beat up his friend.
Yeah.
That's not nice, man.
Was that released anywhere? Because I didn't hear about that.
Oh, it was released, but it wasn't really released very it wasn't really
Okay.
a breaking story, but I saw I think Habs Eyes on the Prize, I think, reported that, and I think the London Knights also reported it as well.
Well then.
So for those who
just to touch
missed
back
at the
on-
beginning of the show, we had an announcement that this Saturday,
No Can will be safe
oh,
on Saturday.
oh,
That's all
for you
we're
boys.
gonna say.
Let's crush them.
Oh, this is good. So yeah, Saturday.
What are you
Stay
drinking?
tuned. I have no idea, but it's good. It's an IPA.
Beer. All right.
Yeah.
Beer.
I don't know, but it's good. So yeah,
Ask
Saturday.
Derek, he's probably
Don't
had
miss it. Brando and Derek are back. They're gonna crush some cans. They're gonna talk some hockey, and whatever happens, because it's not scripted.
Oh, trust me, it's not. They are not stats guys that we know, but yeah. I want to get back to Xhekaj for just a second here. When do we think, if he does crack our lineup, Damon, when do you think that happens? With all the prospects we have coming up, when would the opportunity be to either Laval or even with Montreal?
I think with Laval it could be as soon as next year, but with us and the big club, I could see it being somewhere between 2024 or 2027.
7. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
7.
looking too far
Okay.
ahead to the future. Let's just say that.
That's fair though. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, all
That is
right.
a good,
All right.
Yeah, that is a good estimate. No, I
Jeez.
mean, I'd give him a solid 2 years before he sees any Habs time. But Laval definitely could crack the lineup next year. Yeah, he'd crap on the lineup. He'll crap on the other team. That's for sure.
Yeah. Pulling off a good old Aaron
Um,
Asham style takedown. I got him suspended.
There you go. Tim, to touch on your comment, Molson is not begging for money on LDS. It is for a foundation that's going to the children and for other stuff. So please,
There's no
that
way.
wasn't necessary. Just
That's
putting
funny.
it. Jeff Molson. Stop drinking beer, Shane.
I think he's rich enough to not have to beg for money. That guy is wealthy.
It's an annual thing. Like,
Yeah.
relax. Jeez.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the
Oh,
cottage story in
boy.
2020?
What was
What's
that?
No, did you guys hear the cottage story with Jeff Molson in 2020?
I have not.
No.
Oh.
I don't think
When
so.
he was on an island, I don't mean an island. I mean, he was actually he had his own island in a lake, and he has a cottage there. And there was one guy who was drowning near there, and he saved the guy's life.
Oh, I think I did hear that. Yeah.
I mentioned that to my dad. My dad said, "Are you sure he didn't own the lake as well?"
Oh man.
You probably could have.
Would be surprised.
Ouch.
God.
Wow.
Jason, you're welcome, my friend. Set that up for you. Yeah, you can barely see it, but it's kind of there. I don't want to get dinged for copyright, though. Would we
No,
get dinged for
that's it.
copyright?
I don't think so.
I don't
You,
know.
you
if
can
you-
barely
it.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
You can
have
barely
it.
see it. Like I somewhat see it in the reflection of the mirror, but yeah. Believe me, there's a lot of things that get dinged for copyright, but yeah, like
Oh,
of
no.
course, as I'm sure we all know, video cameras and movie theaters always get things for copyright, but hopefully this does not get things for copyright.
Well, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, all you guys need to know is one of my friends from high school sent me a link. I didn't know what it was, and it was ending to Avengers Endgame with a video camera, phone camera, and
Oh, jeez.
looking back at that, I just laugh at it.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep reminding you guys, if you want to come on the show, talk with us, habstonight@gmail.com. We will gladly have you on. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. I mean, I'm pretty much answering anything at this point. But again, not anything, but you know what I mean. Get some weird questions sometimes. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
Shayner, how's that second going?
How's the
Second
what?
period? How's the second
So
period
far, so
going?
good. So far, so good. Andy had a nice block shot there. It looked like it hurt. Hopefully, he's fine.
Power horse.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Brady. Fan on that. I have to give a shout out to Brady Tkachuk though, because I haven't been his biggest fan, but he did play street hockey with kids in his neighborhood.
Yes,
which is pretty cool. So shout out Brady Tkachuk. That was nice of him.
Go, 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 go.
Oh,
Go,
man,
go, go.
You guys are definitely way ahead of me.
Caulfield.
We're in.
Well, my stream is late, but the TV's on time.
That's it.
So go, go, go.
Now I see him going. Yeah.
Shit. I think Cole's hurt.
Yeah, he got rocked pretty good there.
He got pushed into the boards. I hope he's okay.
Yeah,
They showed the 2 box there where they showed the game and then him on the bench.
Yeah.
Damn, Damon, your stream is also pretty ahead. Are you watching it on TV?
I'm watching it on TV. I'm watching it on RDS.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No, that's it. My stream is late.
Hoffman, let's just say that.
Yeah, Hoffman.
Yeah, Hoffman. We tackled Hoffman at the beginning of the show, but I mean we can retouch on him. It's been go, go, go. Oh, it goes freaking wide. Oh, dear God. Insane. Yeah, let's hope Cole's okay.
Yeah.
Because that would be the
Hoffman
cherry
needs a
on top of the
defense
damn
coach.
cake. You think?
It's like no shit, Sherlock.
He didn't go for the dressing room, eh?
No, he's still sitting down.
Okay, that's
He's
a good
just
sign.
cringing.
Yeah,
He's probably just going to shake it off.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. He can handle it.
Yeah.
Tough cookie.
Bill, I touched on this earlier today, earlier throughout the show here, about KK. Am I still mad? Yes and no. And here's why. Twofold answer. I'm not mad because what's done is done. I've accepted it. Whatever. But what I am still mad about is if we would have fired Ducharme earlier this season, and let's say we had kept KK, I would have loved to see KK under Martin St. Louis.
Yeah.
And
the what if.
Yeah, it's the what if that's killing me. What if he would have performed to that $6 million offer sheet? What if we signed it and he plays up to that $6 million today? And what if he's worth that $6 million player for the next few years under Martin St. Louis? So that's what I'm pissed off at. But I've accepted the outcome. So, I mean, you can't dwell, but it stings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I've never been mad at him for accepting the offer sheet.
Oh, no.
Okay. And I know a lot of people are still, mad at him for that, but mean, you get $6 million in front of you. You do not pass up on that, especially at his age. Like this guy's 21, 22. He's still 21. So you don't pass up on that, he was never going to get anywhere near $6 million if he stayed here. So good for him on that. On a financial side, he is set. The guy is good to go. But of course, it sucks having our third overall pick just leave. But hey, it is what it is. Can't do much
David,
about
what'd you
it.
think of that contract though that he signed, that 8-year 4.8?
I think it's a bit of an interesting contract, to put it nicely. Like, I was about 50-50 on that offer sheet entirely. I was upset that we didn't handle KK versus development right. As I'm sure we know now, we finally have a development system. Finally, but yeah, but then of course, as I'm sure we know, Carolina, like in my opinion, looking more back on it, I just think Carolina kind of got upset with the Aho thing, and I would not have been. And we of course know that KK was playing fourth line minutes, and if they really wanted him, I think they really would have given him more time, more minutes. But I think they realized he was still in the market, and he's really not going to go back to Montreal, because he did say after the Stanley Cup Finals, he felt actually when he signed the offer sheet, he said that he felt like he played his last game as a Hab after Game 3 when he was scratched. When looking back on it, and I remember you mentioned this to me, to Shane, in the post game for Game 4, if we should switch out Stahl for Kotkaniemi. I remembered at the time to it, I thought the things lineup was going good, but looking back, I just wonder what if that change happened if Kotkaniemi was on that fourth line with Armia and Perry, and Stahl was a healthy scratch. Like, things could have been different. I think Game 4 could have at least scored a goal, and I think if we scored a goal that game, my opinion is I think we have that game because the momentum would have heavily changed.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, like, what's done is done. It can't really change, but I just wish the best for him. And I think that contract, if Trocheck goes, which it's looking more than likely, because D'Angelo's also due his raise in Carolina. I'm just going to pull up Carolina's cap friendly here, if you guys don't mind.
No, go ahead. They've got a lot to do this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Got some big guys to pay. Oh. Apparently Cole's back on the ice. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm.
If they were looking at his
he's going to
shoulder
call
or
that?
something.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and
Wow.
also in Carolina, Derek Stepan's up for his contract, and instead Jarvis is should probably get an extension in a few years from now. Netcast is due as an extension, but yeah, it's just a whole weird situation. But in Carolina, but I don't think it was personally the smartest move for them to offer sheet KK like that, because they still have to sign Jarvis and Netcast, who are both looking like a legitimate 2 and 3 centers, or. Yeah, but it's their center depth is really good, but they're, in my opinion, KK hasn't fully proven himself as a $4 million player yet. But I do think if he gets second line minutes, he can prove it in a market where he can just play hockey and focus on it and have fun playing hockey. Because he did say that in an interview where he said, Carolina, I learned to have fun playing hockey again. But it's definitely going to be interesting how that whole situation plays out. But I did read an article saying how Montreal could win the feud between Carolina and Montreal's offer sheeting if we sign Trocheck in free agency.
Keep dreaming. It is 2-1 for Ottawa on the power play on an awful soft as shit call.
That's a terrible call.
Who was standing there and somebody basically bumped into him. That is interference now, apparently.
I mean, the guy is 5'7", and he wants to keep his foot past the blue line so it's not an offside, and this guy just runs over him and falls. That's not a penalty. I'm sorry. That's a bad call. That is a bad call.
Softer than a newborn shit.
Like, Caulfield is not one to go out and get a guy, and he didn't even move too. Caulfield just moved his skate to stay behind the blue line. Oh wow, we scored.
You'll see in a second. First NHL goal for you'll guess who.
No way. Shut up.
No way.
No way.
Go.
Oh man, I can't wait. We're so behind. We're so behind.
Hey, what a shot.
I know who it is. Wow, I'm so behind. They're still playing right now. Rip it. Meow.
It's coming up. Shaner. It's coming up. No, not there.
Wow.
Coming up.
Look at the movement.
It's coming up.
Goodness. Yeah, I
There you
saw
go.
it. That's
Boom.
insane. Oh my god, the edge work.
Drop the puck.
The edge work on that. Gorgeous. But yeah, Barron has a heck
Wow.
of a shot. And this is for everybody who was doubting this guy after 3 games. Okay. Shut up. This is what we're going to get. Oh, come on. You dropped the puck.
Yeah. Funny quick thing I should mention. Back in 2020, I was hoping we would draft Barron in the entry draft. He was sort of my guy that I wanted to draft.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a big goal. Man, that thing had eyes. Gorgeous.
I'm really happy for him, especially everybody that was doubting him this week. Suck it.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Good
This
for
is
him.
Barron on Twitter in a minute. Just gonna be like,
Oof.
But see, this is what I mean by this team has no quit. We answered within what, a minute?
Yeah.
Yep.
Not even?
Following Andre Tournier's model with the 67s, no quit.
No quit. New York has that now. No quit in New York, but no quit in Montreal lately, that's for sure. Go,
Cheers,
go, go.
Mr. Barron.
Comment here that I wanted to address. Hold on, where is it? Dvorak, a mess, and I hope that he's not on the team next year and shouldn't be. All right, Dave, let's tackle your comment, buddy. We touched on this earlier, but I'm going to re-tackle it just for the heck of it. I have not been a fan of Dvorak since we got him because I think we overpaid. But Dvorak has been injured 2 to 3 times this year and has not benefited under Martin Saint-Louis until the last couple of games. He leads right now for the faceoffs. He's 56% in his last, I don't know how many games, and playing great. So I don't know what you're watching, Dave, but I think you might be watching games from the beginning of the season and not right now.
Mm-hmm. And even in the beginning, when we started off, that's it. We started off the season with Dvorak, Drouin, and Anderson on the second line, which was phenomenal. When the crew went to see the Rangers game, the home opener, that line scored, right? Drouin scored. I believe Dvorak had an assist on that, and they played well. That's it.
Yeah.
So the first couple of games, that line played really well, and then it kind of just fell apart. But I think there is something there, and we need to explore that for next season. It's too early to give up on him because the guy is what, like 25, 26. He's in his peak. Well, he's coming into his peak, and he's good on faceoffs, which we desperately need. So he brings a lot to this team, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw you, Brady.
Yeah. We can't forget about how good he was in preseason. He was, in my opinion, the biggest reason why I was so excited for this upcoming season. He was definitely the best player in the preseason for us.
He was good.
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of seeing him in person
camp
against Ottawa.
Yeah, you guys went to the Ottawa game too. So
yeah. And also I went to one earlier where we lost 7-2, but he played really good that game.
No, like for me, the reason why I wasn't a big fan of Christian Dvorak, especially first half of the season, is because of the price that we paid and what we were seeing. I think there was an overhype, seeing that he's coming to replace KK, basically, right? So everybody was expecting, he's going to be better than KK. He's going to be our guy. He's going to be our guy. But we all knew that face-off wise, he was going to be great, and he's lived up to that. Yeah. Oh, you're not going to call that. Okay, let's not call that.
And we have to give a big thank you to Arber Xhekaj for that trade, because the first round pick that we did give up for Dvorak is top 10 protected, and we're likely picking top 5 this year. So we will be keeping that first round pick. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge part of it.
So,
wow.
Thanks, Mac.
Wow, they're really not calling anything, eh? Go. Jesus.
Nice.
I think we've touched. Let's just touch on it once again. Let's talk refs.
That's interference. That's interference. Come on now.
Thank you.
Let's
talk refs.
Yeah. Missed.
The NHL reffing is a crock of shit.
Yeah, well said.
right?
I mean, what else can you describe it as? It's such a mess. And you can't put the entire blame on the officials themselves. They are humans. They will make mistakes. It happens in every single major sport league. What we can put the blame on, though, number one, is the war room in Toronto, which has made so many terrible calls. And number two, the rule book, which needs serious updating, and the training for the officials. I could keep going, but like there's so many aspects here at fault, and it's resulting into this. Okay, it's not just the Habs that are affected by poor officiating; it's teams all around the league, and it's a common ground. You know, everyone agrees that the officiating here is abysmal, and then you got Mr. Bettman,
Button, yeah.
who's saying that we have the best officials in all of sports. This guy's delusional. Like,
And that's being polite.
you can't say that with a straight face.
No. And no. I mean, for me, it was the bullshit excuse last year of, with COVID and everything, it's hard to get the refs to, come on, get real.
Potato. Get out of here.
What's the bullshit excuse this year?
Yeah.
Seriously, what is it? I have no words.
And the fact that the refs, have a poor system around them, and they're so protected too, right? Like, you can't say a bad thing about them or you'll get fined, even though you're completely right to say that thing.
Get your money's worth.
It's ridiculous. Like, let them have a press conference, explain themselves. Right then and there, you give some sort of accountability, right? That's what they need, is some sort of accountability, because right now they can do whatever they want. Oh, okay. That's a penalty.
Presser.
Yeah, that's a penalty.
Wow.
Why is it a penalty?
Freaking Tkachuk. Jesus.
Are you serious? Damn.
It was a great play.
Yeah.
But
I never like to see
man,
him
I hate
score,
that
though.
guy. I hate that guy.
Yeah, can't do much about that. Oh well.
Yeah. If we could
Who
ever
made that
find
pass? Norris, eh? Norris.
Yeah,
what
Norris.
a pass.
I think it was Joseph or
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Norris.
Who was on?
If we ever
What are
can
you whining
just find-
about?
Edmondson? That was Edmondson.
Yeah, Edmondson. Yeah, he was a lone defenseman. Back.
Romanov wasn't even in the same
he
area
pinched.
code.
He pinched too hard. Oh man, that's too
Yeah.
bad.
A different area
Oh
code.
yeah. Everybody just shit the bed on this one.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well,
I would
get it
just
back.
It's
love
okay. It's okay.
I just love to see the officials do media pressers after each game.
They need to. Like at
I would
some
watch
point,
the
it's
shit
gonna
out
be
of that.
necessary. Yeah, and we might get some explanations that we didn't think of. Okay, they saw that, we didn't see that. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's valid. But then once
Like, justify
they-
it.
and it might play into their calls as well. When officials think they have no repercussions, they have no accountability, they make whatever call they want. When they know they have to answer the bell afterwards, they might think twice, which would change the balance of things. So something needs to be done, bottom line.
I think as long as Gary Bettman is sitting on top of the throne, you won't see any changes. So it's going to be time for the GMs and the owners to put their big boy pants on at some point and vote him out. Because, like, how much of this crap are you going to keep taking? And you already know the GMs aren't on board. So what are the owners waiting? That's my question, is what's it going to take for you to vote this guy out? Because clearly it's already not going well. And to me, I'm going to bring this back, but after the whole Kyle Beach situation with Don Fur and Gary Bettman and stuff, that should have been the deal break of, you know what, just clear the freaking bench. You guys are out too. Because it's just as much as their responsibility.
Yeah.
Ensuring
players' safety on and off the ice. But no, I mean, there's so much wrong with the way Bettman's running the league, and I think we're all seeing that. Everyone's got their opinions, but most of them are pretty bad. So he doesn't have many fans, eh?
Yeah.
Like, which other commissioner gets booed every time he goes on stage? Whether
Rob
it's the
Manfred.
Stanley Cup. Oh, really?
Yeah, Rob Manfred.
Is that baseball?
Yeah, baseball. All the owners
Oh, I
hate
gotta
him, the
watch
players
baseball.
hate him, and like everyone hates him. He called the most unnecessary
Come on.
lockout recently because all the players wanted a rule change, which they wanted a designated hitter across both baseball leagues in the AL and the NL, and he was refusing to do it. And he called a lockout because of it. But then eventually, the players, owners, and managers got their way finally.
Mhm.
Like, there's a photo I uploaded recently in the chat of him and Bettman, and that's a photo with zero brain cells.
It's pretty spot on. Yeah, baseball have great officials. I mean, they don't take bullshit from anybody, and the rules don't change. Like, it's
They're like,
what's a
also,
rule's a rule.
easier. It's much easier to ref a baseball game than it is to a hockey game. So, there's that. But another thing too is like it's getting hard to get good officials. Like not many people want to grow up to be a hockey ref because you're likely going to get shit on every night by everybody, no matter what call you make. It's the wrong call, and at a certain point I get that. Like, I played hockey, and some of the refs, man, like, I felt bad for them at some point. The parents always crapping on them and the coaches and all that. So there's something that needs to be done to develop good officials, train them properly, fix the rule book so that there's no gray space, right? No gray zone. So much needs to be done. Hire me, NHL. Hire me. I don't have a job here.
You already have the shirt.
Please. I would love to help
you've
you
proven on Autour de la Ligue a few times that you can wear the official uniform and you can be blinded to calls. We already know this. There are women, yes, I know, women that are officials now. Shocker. Women.
As it should.
I don't know. Maybe if you allowed women to be officials in the league too, there'd be more.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Harris got whacked. My God. Hope he's okay. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, like I noticed in the OHL and in the AHL, they're finally adding women officials. And in the QMJHL, the first woman got her first win as a goalie for the Gano Olympique. I don't remember her name, but congratulations to her.
I think
so, yeah.
Eve Gascon.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
First win. That was great.
I know this all too much, Jason. Yes, it's the bantam peewee midget level is ridiculous. I mean, the coaches are just out of their minds sometimes. I have seen and heard some crazy stuff. So yeah, it's not pleasant to be. Oh yeah, let's go.
Goal Caulfield.
You know it, baby. That's why I wore the shirt. Man, right now I'm seeing Hoffman behind the net.
Man, that just snuck by.
The stream is so slow.
RDS is literally my only stream for the Habs, as funny as it sounds.
Yeah, but I'm watching RDS 2 and they just scored.
Yeah,
and then
squeaky.
Something with my cable, or
there you go. There it is.
Squeaky. Yeah, I think Damon, you might be way ahead of everyone. Like it might not be the other way around. I think you're ahead.
Like I'm trying to hold back my reactions because I don't want to spoil it for the rest of you guys. But
I don't care.
Just got me so pumped.
This is a good game. 3-3 is nice. We're having a good hockey game here.
Kids getting on the boards.
Power play goal by Cole.
See, I called it. Remember?
You did.
My dad said Spud Byron, and I said Cole Caulfield.
Yeah.
A pass by Mike Hoffman and Brandon Gallagher. So Gally's got 2 points tonight.
Nice.
Attaboy. Brandon. Nice.
Brandon just hearing my reactions when the radio works. It's a perfect thing when driving.
Yeah, us too. I think ours is more than 10 seconds though, Shane.
Yeah, way more.
Ooh.
I'll try to count it. Next time we score, Damon, give me a reaction so I can count it how long it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or anyone scores for that matter, whatever.
Okay.
Just want to talk quickly about Ottawa here. So you got Matt Murray and you got Forsberg. So between two goalies right now, Ottawa's paying $9 million on the cap for those two goalies, which are not worth that, no?
Do you want to go first on that, Shane? Or
I'm really conflicted with Ottawa's goaltending. I think that is the biggest issue. Yes, I haven't seen that in a minute. But yeah, I think that's their biggest issue going forward because they have a phenomenal prospect pool. We know that. But they don't really have that one goaltender that they can rely on. Like, okay, you got Mads Sogard, who's a giant, but is he really that good? Yeah. Is he going to be a number one goaltender, right? Is Anton Forsberg your guy? I don't know. Who else is there? I mean, Matt Murray.
Levi Merlainen.
He's always injured. Who?
Merlainen, yeah.
Yeah, he's Kingston Frontenac's goalie. He's a Sens prospect, and he's actually the starter for Kingston. He's playing really well, and he's actually the starter for Finland at the World Juniors this year. There's also Philip Gustafsson, who they protected in the expansion draft as well. Kevin Mandley's and good old Michael McNiven.
I forgot about Gustafsson.
Yeah, that's true.
About him.
Yeah, Gustafsson's kind of been swept under the rug a bit.
That's it. They have a ton of goaltenders, but I don't know if they have that one. You know, that one that can really stand out. It remains to be seen.
Like, what are you going to do? Keep 50-50ing the season? Like, you know? But, you know, okay, so you got Ottawa that's saying, yeah, we're doing a rebuild. It's been 3 years of that rebuild. But I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but it's a legitimate question of where is it going?
Yeah.
Because I don't, like, where's the bump that goes up? Am I missing it?
It's confusing. I mean, I don't know, like you said, which direction they're going in. They've drafted well, as we think, right? They still need to develop those young guys into good hockey players. But you look at guys like Josh Norris, Brady Tkachuk, and Tim Stützle, who are already proving that they're NHL ready players. And then you got, you know, Shane Pinto, Formenton and Batherson are also proving themselves, but you got Shane Pinto, you got Sanderson, you got Ridley Gregg. There's a lot of prospects that haven't proven themselves yet. So they really need to step up on the development side and stop making stupid trades. Okay. Stop trading your 3rd round pick for Travis Hamonic. Dumbass.
Yeah.
Until that happens, they're not seeing the playoffs.
Yeah. Damon, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, after like trading Travis Hamonic, like that was just a really unfortunate trade for Ottawa, to put it nicely. It allows the Canucks to re-sign Besser, allows them to extend Pettersson in the future, but I just can't believe Dorion would take on that contract.
For a 3rd round pick, like that's nothing. You know, if you gave a 6th, maybe, okay, sure. But a 3rd, that's pretty good. Ooh. You get good players out of the 3rd.
It was an odd bounce. Oh, okay, we're good.
Oh, it didn't go in.
Good. No, we're good. We're fine.
Okay.
We're good.
If you say so.
22-17 are the shots. Not a bad game.
Oh, that was a weird bounce. Wow.
See? Told you. Brandon's comment here. They had hardcore pieces with Mark Stone, Carlson, but they want to build around them. So who are they going to build around? Tkachuk, Sanderson, Norris, Stützle.
The guy we just named, basically. But I mean, they still need to get some veteran presence.
That's what they don't have.
The young core won't develop themselves. They need mentors. They need older guys to step up and be that example. So I definitely think they should go after Claude Giroux this summer, but that's just my opinion. I don't think he will go there because he wants to win a cup. But you know, that's the kind of guy that they need. They need an older guy that knows the ropes and can teach the younger guys. Come on.
Yeah. Giroux's been rumored to go there for a while, and he actually has a residency in Ottawa.
Yeah.
I went to high school with him. Like, he's 2 years older than me. No, he's 4 years older than me. I think. Wow, punch Nick in the holy shit. Jesus.
Okay, so
It's-
I'm about 10 seconds behind you. When you said that, I started counting you.
Just goes after
He
Suzuki.
didn't do anything wrong either. Like, he didn't.
It's
lay out the
Stutzla.
guy.
Stutzla in German means embellishment. In case you didn't know,
This guy,
I came up with
this
that.
guy's got no balance.
Always funny finding the translations. Always means something weird to find. Like mangiapane in
He lifted
Italian.
Sorry,
Bread
he
eater?
lifted his leg as he was passing.
Yeah.
Get real.
Soft. Is Nick getting a penalty for it?
Yeah.
Softer than newborn
Ridiculous.
shit.
There's no way Nick could have avoided
come
that.
on.
He was going for
He
shoulder on
didn't goal
shoulder
for the
and
leg.
lifts his leg last second.
Come
Like, I hope
on.
he's okay, Stutzla, but
Yeah,
that should
no,
not
he's
be a
fine.
penalty.
He's fine. He's skating, but that's bullshit. He didn't go for the leg. Stutzla
going for the
put out the
hit.
leg. Nick did not.
Yeah,
Wow.
that would have been a hip check at most.
That's bad.
Does a
That is
freaking
bad.
cartwheel. Does a freaking cartwheel.
Yeah, we're used to it, eh? Nick
See,
Nick gets punched in the face, like you
Stutzla-
said. And they get
Stutzla is a
nothing.
plus 22 ratio compared to Connor McDavid at plus 30 for basically provoking power plays, which
Yeah.
says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We know why.
yeah. Because Stutzla in German, it means embellishment. That's
And it's
why.
too bad because this guy's
Yeah.
talented. Like, he's genuinely
But
a
he-
good hockey player. But
He
stop
established
falling
that kind of
down.
reputation. He's
Dude.
established that kind of reputation since the beginning. Pisses me off.
Shut up, Brady. What you whining about? Edmondson would kick his ass. Oh, man.
Sweet baby Jesus. Brendan says I could see Ottawa try to bring someone in like Domi.
Would he go there, though? That's the thing.
I don't know
go
that he
there?
would.
Yeah. That's another thing,
Yeah.
too, is how are Ottawa going to bring in free agents? And
They're not. Ottawa's
Like,
gonna move.
it's all going to be trades. Exactly. I don't see them being able to bring in a big free agent. So that's going to hinder their development as well.
Like my question with Ottawa is if they bring in someone, because the thing is with the Senators is they play literally in the west end of Ottawa and nowhere near downtown.
Yeah.
Boonies.
And if they're gonna want to live in a rural area, like the players are gonna want to live in a rural area and all that, like Ottawa, in my opinion, like I personally like living in Ottawa, but I don't know that a professional athlete would fully like to live in Ottawa.
Mhm.
But a few years ago, I met Colin Greening's aunt actually at a Dollarama, and she was wearing a Leafs merch, which was a pretty funny thing back when he played for Ottawa. But
Uh-oh.
yeah, I don't know that it's a high free agent market unless they're a contender and you're gonna go there because you're gonna win a cup.
There's nothing attracting about coming to play in
No.
Ottawa.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry. I'm from Ottawa. So, you know,
Yeah.
Well-
okay, no lies. Dad and I went to see a game in Montreal, drove back, took an hour and a half, maybe, drive back to Orleans. We
Yeah.
had friends that were in Canada for the game. And by the time they got out of that parking lot to get home, we got home from Montreal before them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Not
Oh, that parking
surprised,
lot
honestly.
is a mess. It is the worst.
You're better off. With my uncle once, we just took the truck and we jumped the curbs. That's how bad it was. Like, I'm not waiting in line. You
Fair
kidding me?
enough.
It takes an
Fair
hour and a
enough.
half to get out of that shit place. It's a
Yeah.
shithole.
Yeah.
It's bleh. So yeah, that's what I think of Ottawa. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So yeah,
You can honestly do a TED talk on why they could move or why they should stay, but Melnick did
they
have a
should
good
move.
idea with that whole Bretton Flat situation, which would have been right
Yeah,
in the
but it
close.
never worked out.
I think it
So,
could have if everything played out to his fantasy, but rest in peace, Melnick. I don't want to sound like I'm against Melnick here or anything or
Yeah.
disrespect him here, but the thing with what his plan was is he would do essentially the planning out, but the city would pay for everything and he wouldn't barely pay a dime for all that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, like I knew
That
some of the
killed him.
local politicians, and they were really upset about that.
Yeah. No, it was. He's the reason that Ottawa is still in Ottawa, but with him being gone, first of all, who's going to get the team? His 20-year-old daughters? Like, there's still that question to answer: is who's going to own the Senators, and are they going to want to stay here? What are they going to want to do? What's their vision? So
Yeah.
if it were up to me, I mean, move, leave. I really don't care.
Yeah. He also had
But
a
going
longtime
back,
girlfriend as well. So I don't know if she
yeah,
was
I
maybe
don't know.
involved in the will as well. So
That remains to be seen, I guess. But it's going to be a shit show of a situation for Ottawa, definitely in the upcoming years. Especially if the rebuild doesn't go up at some point, because it's just been neutral right now for the past 3 years.
Smith and
I don't know
Dorian are
whether-
gone if it doesn't get better in the next year or two.
They should have been gone already.
Yeah, Smith, I
You
think
said that with
should
the
have
most
been gone.
casual face.
I mean,
It's like,
seriously,
you should have
like
been gone.
DJ Smith, like I'm not a big fan of his coaching style, and neither are certain players. Certain players have straight up came out and said they don't really like his coaching style. And then Pierre Dorion trades a 3rd-round pick for Travis Hamonic. That should tell you all you need to know.
How
I'm
do
sure
you
they're
feel
good
about
guys,
that?
but it's probably not the greatest trade. Christ. I'm just looking at the other games here.
Yeah, what do we have?
Freaking
I think Toronto was like
Austin
beating-
Matthews has 3 assists tonight. Mitch Marner has 2 goals and an assist.
Ooh.
Matthews,
score,
I mean,
though?
come on. We have to mention that I believe it's 5-3. Yeah,
5-3
5-3
now.
for Toronto against Florida.
They're making
But
it
They played
close.
last night.
Yeah. Matthews, no matter who you cheer for, you have to admit that it is pretty impressive what he's doing right now. Like,
Yeah.
47 goals in 47 games. It's been a while since we've seen that. So even though, we might not be the biggest Leafs fans or the biggest Matthews fans, we are hockey fans at heart, and it is impressive. You got to tip your hat to him.
It's 70. I think it's 71 goals in 82 games.
Yeah.
Something like that's
That's
released today,
disgusting.
which is, you got to admit, it's pretty insane. I think the reason why we're so, what's the word? I'm going to use the word turn off, I guess. Well, my personal turn off for it is that he is put as the golden boy, and that's all they talk about. But you see Draisaitl that hit 100 points this week. Yeah, he got like a little tribute video or whatever, but they're still talking about Matthews hitting 50 goals last week.
That is the problem.
It's the consistency of different players. So it's like, if you're going to treat somebody on a platter, treat everybody on the platter. They think he's God's gift to the world. He's not. I'm terribly sorry, but yeah, okay, you're scoring a lot of goals and you're pretty good. I'd probably take it on my team any day, but it's the cockiness out of it that pisses me off. It's a turn off for me.
No, that's it. It's the way the media has put him out as, like you said, the one and only. Okay, he is by far the best
chosen
player
one.
when McDavid is right there, So that part is very annoying. That's why a lot of people, like you said, are turned off by Matthews, but it's still pretty impressive what he's doing. And he deserves the love, but there's other guys that deserve just as much, if not more. McDavid, Draisaitl, Juggle does not get talked about enough. That guy is on a tear. McKinnon,
Huberdeau.
Makar, like, Huberdeau is my dark horse. For
let's
the Hart
talk about
Trophy. This
Huberdeau.
guy, he broke the record for most assists in NHL
Yeah.
history in a single season for left wingers. It is no small feat. He is insane. Great player, and I truly believe that he has a chance for the Hart.
But no,
Yeah.
Matthews has already won the Hart.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. Sportsnet gave it to him already. Yeah,
Leafsnet?
you're right.
Leafsnet.
Leafsnet.
Yeah. The Toronto Sports Network and Leafsnet.
Yeah. The thing that bothers me about Leafsnet is that they keep saying the Leafs are ready to go on a deep playoff run every year. Whenever they hype it up, it's always the same old, same old. We know the truth that they clearly don't have 4 strong lines that can grind out a series against Tampa Bay or Florida this year, or they couldn't even grind it out against us. They couldn't grind it out against Boston 2 times. They couldn't grind it out against Washington. And I don't get why Sportsnet is just constantly clinging on to that belief and trying to make people believe that they'll win this series or even win the cup, and well, let alone that. Like, there's smaller steps that they have to take before they just say, "Oh, we're gonna win the cup." Like, I was literally talking with the one Leafs fan from high school last year, and he was saying, "Oh, we're gonna win the cup this year. We're gonna win the cup." And I just said, "You know what? If Ducharme finally wakes up and finally puts the kids in, you guys are done for." And guess what? Finally put the kids in, and they were done for.
Yeah.
If only there was a TV series about that called All or Nothing.
All or nothing. Now is the time.
Spoiler, it's
Let's
nothing.
go White.
Beautiful.
No, let's touch on Toronto for a bit. So we're talking Matthews, obviously a very gifted player and a very good player. We're not going to take that away. As a hockey fan, you got to respect that. But Shayne and I were talking about this on Autour de la Ligue on our Monday segment in French, and we mentioned it quickly on other shows. But Toronto has a goalie situation right now, where a lot of us, I think, we're expecting to see at the trade deadline maybe a goalie move. You've got Campbell that's injured. Mrazek was put on waivers. I don't remember the name of the other guy that got claimed on waivers last minute by Arizona.
Oh boy.
And their rookie right now, are you seriously relying on your rookie to get you past that first round? I don't know what's going on there. And then you take a look at, see the comment right here. All the eggs in one basket. I'm not going to say maybe just the first line, but let's say all the forwards. They're set when it comes to forwards, but defense-wise, they lost Dermott. They don't have Muzzin. They don't have Sandin. There's a lot of key pieces missing. So what are we expecting for Toronto? Could it actually be the year that they pass the first round? Because right now they're up against Tampa if the playoffs started tomorrow.
Yeah. Tampa is built for the playoffs, right? Yesterday's game doesn't mean squat. That is a regular season game, okay? When you get in the playoffs, it's completely different. You need a well-rounded team and a defensive-minded team, which Toronto does not have. Not only do they have poor defense, but they have unreliable goaltending. It's not going to get you far. If even further than the first round, probably not. So in a 7-game series against Tampa, I still take Tampa 10 times out of 10. Like, it's not even close because of Toronto's shortcomings on defense and goaltending. If by some miracle Morgan Rielly plays out of his mind, Jake Muzzin comes back, Rasmus Sandin comes back, and the defense goes stupid, and then Jack Campbell plays on his head and, has a Vezina-worthy playoff, then they have a chance. Otherwise, I'm sorry to break it to you, they don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Here's how
let's
I'm
say you get past that first round. What are the odds that you get past that second round?
No.
They're not built to go long run, yet alone first round. So I don't know.
Yeah. Like, here's how I'm going to break this down, if you guys don't mind. I'm going to break it down based
Go
on
ahead.
line matchups that Sean Cooper was a genius with last playoffs. Top line, Matthews, Marner, Bunting. I'd say that is not as good as Tampa's first line and Kucherov, Point, and Palat.
Correct.
Of course, Bunting's there. He's good enough to play with those guys, but his scoring is inflated because he's playing with one of the best playmakers in the modern day game and one of the best snipers.
Yep.
And then the second line, Tavares, Nylander, and Kasha. That's still good, but it's not better than Tampa Bay's second line. Then the third line, Kerf, at least my projected second line. I know this isn't Toronto's, but this is what I think they should go with at least, because I think it's good to have 2 shutdown lines in a playoff series. Kerfoot, Spezza, and Colin Blackwell. That's not better than Tampa's third line of Paul Hagel and Colton. Then their fourth line, Tampa's fourth line completely outclasses Toronto's fourth line. Their fourth line at the moment is Kemp, Simmons, and Mikheyev. Like, Toronto is Toronto, like, if Cooper plays his matchups right, he matches the top line versus their top line, second line versus their second line, third line versus their third line, and fourth line versus their fourth line. They're in trouble. Like, it's as simple as that.
Fully agree.
And then defensively, it's not even close. Victor Hedman is one of the best defensemen in the league. And then, Toronto would have to rely on Morgan Rielly, who's more of an offensive defenseman. And then defensively, right, Toronto has to rely on TJ Brody and Mark Giordano and Jake Muzzin if he's healthy.
Labushkin.
Yeah, come on,
Bullshit, yeah.
seriously. And then otherwise, Tampa has Ryan McDonough, who's one of the best defensive defensemen in the league, right? Not taking any credit away from Mikhail Sergachev, who's also a steady defenseman. Chernak is a beast. So and then you got Vasilevsky in the playoffs. Which goalie do you want in front of your net? You want that guy. No one else, except for Carey Price. You want that guy. Okay, you don't want Campbell. No disrespect. I have him in my fantasy. He's done me good, but in the playoffs, you want steady. You want someone you can trust, and that's Vasilevsky, man. It's just as simple as that.
Very well said. Yeah, take Vasilevsky any day. I don't know. They're in trouble. I mean, I don't know if. And okay, hypothetically, 2 scenarios. Okay, first scenario, you get past the first round, you're knocked out the second. Second scenario, you don't get past the first round again. What happens in the off season for Toronto? What's your next move? No matter what. Go nuts, Shane. I know you're waiting for this one.
There's 4 guys that are being paid an absurd amount of money, right? It's Matthews, Marner. I don't think they're going anywhere. And then you have Nylander and Tavares. Okay, these are the 2 I'm looking at. Tavares, I think, will stay because he's the captain, even though he's having an off season. I still think he has a spot on the team. Nylander, on the other hand, I think will be moved.
Bye.
You got to clear that cap space, and he just doesn't fit anymore. His attitude, I've heard, I don't follow the Leafs, but from what I've heard from Leafs fans, his attitude has been his problem. He doesn't fit in, the Toronto mold. It doesn't fit in the system and all that. So I think he could be moved if they don't get out of the first round.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And I do remember that he had very much a bit of an arrogance to him when it came to the playoffs against Montreal. I remember he was scoring at a pretty good rate. He was definitely the Leafs' best forward that season. They said, "Oh, where do you get your confidence?" And he's like, "Oh," he doesn't say, "Oh, it was for my teammates helping me out," and which it was. I think a lot of it. He's like, "Oh, I was just born with it." And then he just said it so smugly. And then
cockiness.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Oh my God.
And sports,
I wouldn't even be mad though if Caulfield said that. I wouldn't even be mad though.
Yeah. Caulfield said it because he definitely I think Caulfield's someone who's truly born with it though, because he's always smiling, always seems happy, but Nylander just outright says it, and then probably one of the most interesting scenes in that All or Nothing show was watching him react to the Game 7 loss.
That whole episode, I live for it. If ever I'm having a bad day, if it's a rainy day, if you know what, it's just perfect because they're playing music like you're attending a freaking funeral. First of all,
that's right.
Second of all, they've got their head between their asses, crying.
Yeah,
and they were so sure that they had us. Not today, Satan. Not today. And my favorite part, I think, was the coach. As soon as Suze and Cole go on a 2-on-0, the coach went, "Oh," and he dropped that F-bomb, and he said right there and then, "I knew we were screwed." I'm like, damn right you were.
Of course.
Damn freaking right you were.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was Simmons who said, he's like, "No!" And then he's like, "Are you effing kidding me?" And then he just breaks his stick, and then they sort of blame Galchenyuk as the villain there, which I kind of feel bad for because he did more good for the playoffs than bad for Toronto in the playoffs. Like his positive output.
Yeah, but
Toronto,
he kind of passed the puck too. So that goal was on him.
Yeah, it was, but I feel the Sportsnet has been kind of making Galchenyuk the villain there, and I feel bad for Galchenyuk in the way that Sportsnet's kind of been representing him there in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of, I want to touch on this quickly because it was trending on Twitter yesterday, and just for the hell of it, and I want to get you guys' comments too in the chat. Feel free to give your opinion. So somebody said, would you take Galchenyuk back next season under Martin Saint-Louis? Forget all the prospects, forget everybody coming up and where you would put him. Just the scenario of having Galchenyuk coming back to Montreal under Martin Saint-Louis. Discuss.
I definitely would, honestly. His the thing is, I definitely think that with Galchenyuk, it would be interesting to have him back because he played so well with Brendan Gallagher, and we of course know about the Gally's bromance. And on their on ice, they definitely played with swagger, and I definitely think that would be an interesting interesting thing to bring him back because, as I'm sure we know, I mentioned the LA Kings incident in the trade deadline video. He didn't seem to be the same player, but I definitely think some of his offense can be somewhat revived if he plays on a line with Galchenyuk. I mean, Galchenyuk plays on a line with Gallagher and Evans because Evans takes care of things defensively.
Mm.
Gallagher is very good defensively, and Galchenyuk is okay defensively, but his skating is nowhere near what it once was. But I would honestly like to see his offensive ability more, him on the power play. I'd like to see his hands more. And it would just be really fun to see him as a Hab again, honestly. But I wonder what number he would wear, just because Romanov has number 27. So that's honestly just one little fun
He'd
question
buy
I'd
it for a
have.
Rolex watch.
Yeah.
Like, here's a
Man,
bottle of vodka from Russia, and here you go.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting to think about. I don't think we'd bring him in for a role other than the fourth line. But that
No,
line
definitely.
with Evans and Galley seems pretty cool. So I don't know. It really depends because you look at our forwards, right? Let's say first line, let's just go Cole, Suzuki, Pitlick, right? Let's keep it at that, right? Okay, second line. Is Hoffman going to be there?
No.
Depends, right? Evans going to be there. Anderson's going to be there. Byron likely going to be there. Dvorak also. Armia, don't know. Ilonen, I would love him to be on the team. Palin Galley, of course, locks. So there are possibly spots on the team that could be filled. But then you got guys like Laurent Dauphin, who I think has proved himself and deserves a spot on the team. Maybe I would at the right price, which is very, very low. Okay, you're not spending.
It's already league minimum.
That's it.
That's his contract
you're not
right now.
You're not spending anything on this guy. 1 year, give him a try. Maybe. I wouldn't say no. Oh, we're back on.
Third is back, yeah. We got another comment. Yeah. Byron Evans and move Chucky to the wing on the third.
Ooh, he did play well with Byron when the injuries happened in 2017, I remembered. So I think that would be an interesting line. I remember Byron, Radulov,
He
and
played
Chucky
with Byron? It was that far away?
Yeah, it was in 2017. He played with
Oh, shit.
Actually, end of 2016, I should say. It was late
Damn.
December. He played with Byron for a bit. Then early 2017, he played with Byron, and yeah. I have some bad
Shane,
news,
they
guys.
scored.
Yeah.
Freaking Tkachuk. Smug face. All that for that stupid trip bullshit call.
So it was about 13 seconds off. But yeah, that was a terrible penalty. And two bad penalties tonight, and they score on both.
Yeah.
So we got the refs to thank for that. Again, my God, it feels
Let me
like
see
we're
if I can
repeating
find out who's
ourselves,
the
right?
refs are to see if I know them.
Is it Tkachuk?
Well,
might not be.
He
Might
tipped
be
it.
Formanton.
He tipped it in
Formanton
front.
was the first to go give the fist bumps. But you're ahead of me, so you probably know.
It looks like Tkachuk tipped it, but anyways.
Yeah. You definitely got a piece of that.
Oh, DC has some news for us. The collapse is on in Florida for Toronto. DC, please do explain.
Let me have a look.
Oh, it was 5-1, and now it's 5-4.
It was 5-1.
It was a 5-1. That's funny. Love it.
Wow, Claude Giroux scored his first as a Florida Panther. Good for him.
I was sure that was going to happen against us the other night.
He's been an
Lord.
assist machine though. That guy's been an orchard. Like he's been giving out apples left and right. So good for him.
An orchard.
Yes, he's been an apple tree.
First time I hear that expression, actually.
You're welcome to steal it. I don't have a trademark.
Oh, thank you. Perfect. Put it on a t-shirt for you. You're my apple tree. Go.
Oh, thanks, Brandon. I haven't heard of these guys before, but they're
Ooh,
for sure
really?
making a lot of mistakes tonight.
Yeah. No, they're probably AHL refs because I mean, all the NHL refs are either retiring or just quitting because, again, who wants to be a ref? It's not a good job.
Yeah. You guys hear what Tim Peel's doing now?
He's just on Twitter blasting
Podcast.
everybody. Eh?
Doing a
He's
podcast.
doing a podcast?
Yeah.
Really?
Daily
Yeah.
face-off.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my favorite part was that a few weeks ago he shared, he's like, it's been a year since, air quotes, the incident. And you got to learn, like, life goes on, blah, 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 blah. And everybody in the comments, like, it's okay, we still like you. Like, you did the right things. Which was
what?
what was the right thing? They fired you. The right thing was not, like, what? Yeah, Tim Peel,
Early
ladies and gentlemen.
retirement.
Yeah.
I just love Brandon Prust's comments. I'm just like, just take away his pension too.
I like that. Prusty's a
Good
gold
old
mine.
Prusty.
This guy comes out with the best quotes. We need to get him
Gold
back
mine,
on the
but
show, man.
he's taking a social media break to work on himself right now.
Yeah, that's a good decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, we wish the best to Prusty. He was a valued member of the team at some point, and
Yeah.
he gave us some great lines and some great moments too. Let's not forget how good of a player he was. Like, no slouch, this guy.
Yeah. While we're watching, let's touch on this comment here from Rory. 2 questions. What do you think of Cole possibly winning the Calder? And would you guys think of a potential PK Subban return? I'm going to give my take first, if you guys don't mind.
Go
I'm
for
going
it.
to go
ahead.
with Calder. It's not completely out of reach yet. If Cole keeps producing 1 or 2 points per game, we've got 13 games left. It's doable, but like I wouldn't put bets on it. Like, I wouldn't bet on it. And PK, I've said it from the start, I would welcome PK Subban back with open arms just because it's PK Subban. When he left Montreal, his career went downhill. He was at his best when he was in Montreal. Let's be honest. But returning to Montreal and under Martin Saint-Louis, definitely be open to that for a short contract. If the price is right too. Like, obviously he's not worth that $9 million contract that we generously gave him. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. Main reason, Brendan Gallagher's still here.
Yeah.
And these two have unsettled feelings, I guess. So that might be the only bump in the road here. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see that happening, but like you said, I wouldn't mind. I loved PK just like everyone else. Valued member of this team. Is there a penalty there?
Jake Allen looks hurt.
He's still in the net.
Yeah, but he's just like, he's cramping up and he's like making faces.
Never a good sign.
Yeah. But on PK, I mean, the price would have to
I
be...
think the puck hit him like on the neck. I think that's why.
Never.
I think it was a high shot. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
But I mean, the price would have to be really, really low. Like, I can't give an estimate, but it would have to be in the 2 million range, for us to even consider that. Anything above is too much. Already, we're pretty tight in cap, and we're gonna have to re-sign guys like Caulfield and Romanov soon. So, no, definitely nothing above the 2 million range there. That's generous because he's gonna be a third pairing defenseman. So, yeah, small contract.
Yeah,
I would usually welcome him back with open arms, but I don't know if he and Galley could work something out, which I hope they could, because I do remember in 2018 it was, remembered when we played Nashville, Galley said something about it always being the quote-unquote Subban show.
Yeah.
But I do think that they could probably try to work something out, because Subban's a very nice human being. Like, I know many people who've met him people who've worked with him, and Galley seems to be very nice. Like, I haven't met Galley yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about Galley. So
yeah, I met Galley. He's He's a gem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Someone I went to
Honestly.
high school with told me they were in the elevator with Goalie, and he was apparently really nice.
Wow. That's a
Wow.
dream for many people.
Yeah. But for Cole, I'll say this: the Calder race, in my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if he's nominated. But I think if I don't think he can win it because of how good Zegras and Sider have been all year. So, and same with Lucas
Yeah.
Raymond as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's nominated, or if they did. Just imagine if they did mid-season and end of season awards. Cole would easily win it for end of
Hockey
season.
wins.
Not
I
even
think that's
close.
the frustrating part is that go. Okay. If that's the frustrating part for not only Cole but for the whole season. If Duchamp would have been fired way earlier, we could have made a push for postseason. We could have a lot of things could have happened.
Mhm.
And that's what's frustrating, especially when it comes to Cole Caulfield and when you hear stuff going like Chantal Maccabi saying that he's being told to suppress his personalities and everything during interviews. Like, no wonder the kid's not happy. Did you see him smile at the beginning of the season?
Nope.
Not often. Not doing it. He had what, like 8 points in 30 games?
Yeah.
So it's frustrating. So yeah.
Yeah.
All
Did
in
you
all,
guys-
Rory, that was a big answer to your small.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very flushed out.
Did you guys
Hit
see
us
the
up
beach?
with more.
Did you guys see the beach video yet when we played in Florida with Cole?
Yes.
Yes.
That was iconic.
I love
Great
seeing
stuff.
more videos like this now. He's dancing around in the dressing room, just having fun, just being himself.
Yep.
And I think that's going to attract hockey players to want to come to Montreal too.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to play for Martin St. Louis?
You can't think of
Exactly,
anyone.
nobody.
Everyone wants to play for him.
So let's take that interim title off, burn it, make it official. That's what I think.
There's no argument other than that, really. Like, nobody can say, I don't know, I'm not feeling
I'm
my
not
thing,
sure.
what? This is exactly what we need, and hopefully we get to keep him long term.
Yeah.
What a beautiful gamble that was. I remember when that news broke, and we made a show right away. We were the first people on that one, but we didn't really know what to think about that because he had no experience except for coaching Pee Wee. So it's a pretty big jump. But
One
we
would
were
say.
still excited because we knew he'd bring a new vision, a new mindset, and that's exactly what happened. And we see the results now. It's pretty impressive.
As soon as he jumped on that presser to say, you know what, systems box players in. I like to go on reads. Thank the Lord. Thank you. Like,
Beautiful.
just bless your soul. I mean, everything that this organization has said in the past couple months as for changes that they want to imply and things they want to see, we have seen right away.
Yep. No lies.
So, yeah, sign me up. I'm hooked. Subscribed. Hey, speaking of subscribe, have you subscribed to the show yet, guys? Because
Hit the subscribe button down below.
Press the subscribe button, press the like button, and keep going with your questions in the chat. We enjoy talking hockey with you guys. Hop on the show if you want. habstonight@gmail.com. Come chat with us. Controversial or not, go for it.
Yeah.
All is
I
well.
can throw a controversial one out there.
Do it.
Go.
How much do you think Gary Bettman's going to look like Rudy Giuliani in the next 5 years?
He already does.
Yeah. You mean for the past 5 years?
Once
Jeez.
Gary Bettman actually starts to full on bald, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Go. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if Jakey's okay. He seems a little meh.
Man. Would suck if he had another injury. Poor guy.
That would basically sum up our season, though.
Just been
Ooh,
plagued.
what move by Romanov. Actually
Let's
came up
talk
with a
about
nice tweet.
Alexander Romanov. This guy's in his second year.
Goodness.
He's a stud. He's also the cutest human being alive because one, his nickname is Panda, and two, he goes to center ice and he waves to his wife. And when
Or
I don't know if
fiance,
you've
I think.
noticed,
I don't know if he's married yet.
he calls her his wife, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
fiance
married
or
though,
whatever.
but whatever.
Yeah.
His
He's only
wife.
2 years older than me, and he's already.
There's a
getting
ring on
married
it.
or
I
married.
know.
There's a ring on it.
Put a
that's for
ring
sure.
on it.
Oh.
But I think the funniest part was a few weeks ago when he's at center ice and you had Lecky, bless his soul, and Cole that went up to Romy and said, "Who are you waving to?" And all three of them turned around and they
Yeah.
started waving. That was the cutest thing ever. So yeah. 1, 2, that's the second reason. And 3, he's just a stud.
What a player. And he's developed so well already. And he's still young. There's still more development to come. We knew that he had that physicality aspect of his game. That's, his bread and butter. He's developed tremendously on the defensive side as well. Still some improvement needed. And offensively, he's trusting his shot. And he's got a good cannon. So he's going to score more goals than we think. Obviously, he's not going to be, a Cale Makar or anything like that. But he is going to be reliable on the offense as well. So well-rounded defenseman. So happy we have him. My God.
Yeah.
Another amazing second round pick. I feel like the Bergevin-Timmins era did more good in the second, third rounds than they did in the first rounds.
I completely agree with that.
Thank you, Jason.
Pretty crazy to think about.
Romanov's relationship status to us.
Oh, he was married in 2020.
Good for him.
Whoa.
Oh, that's 2 years ago.
Got a COVID marriage. He's in his second year. He's not even in his prime yet.
Yeah.
Which is just insane. And to me, he's just like an Alexei Emelin with talent.
Yeah.
He's
Alexei
a Russian
Emelin more
train.
dynamic, I guess we could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be polite and say dynamic. Because Alexei would give a hell of a hip check.
Oh man.
Yeah. I miss
that
someone
guy.
so much now that you mention it.
Him and Markov.
Yeah.
Miss Markov. Not saying Markov would hit people, but as a general to control your power play, we need that guy at the blue line.
Amazing.
Yes, Drew, thank you. Let's all take a moment to thank Dale Weiss for Alexander
That's
Romanov.
right.
Because
Because the famous
that was
trade.
the trade. That was the trade.
Yeah. I remember I was devastated when that trade happened. I was about to go on vacation. I was having a grand old time, and I look at my phone and I see Dale Weiss and Thomas Fleischmann have been traded. I'm like, no! I didn't even care who it was for. I loved Dale so much. And then Fleischmann, I was like, oh, man, okay, whatever. But Dale was like, that hurt. And then I didn't know who Philippe Danault was at first. And then, okay, we got a second round pick, whatever. Yeah, it turns out it was a pretty good trade. I can't complain. And then Dale even came back.
And we got him back.
Better, yeah.
Yeah. I was just in shock when that trade happened.
Yeah.
Like I was on my tablet that night. I was watching like Lego Star Wars cartoon or something, and then I got a Twitter notification saying Dale Weiss, and I'm freaking out because I know his name was in the trade rumor mill, and I didn't want him to go. I was like freaking out, saying, "No, please don't be a trade. Please don't be a trade. Please be an extension." I was praying, and then I finally scrolled down the notifications, and I see Dale Weiss and Thomas Fleischmann traded to Chicago for prospect Phil Danault and a 2018 second round pick. I'm like, no!
Kidding me.
I'm doing my largest Darth Vader no impression from Revenge of the Sith.
That was a dark day.
Did Jordan Harris just wallop Brady Tkachuk right there? Did I just see that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I think it was Tkachuk. Yeah. Was it Tkachuk?
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna freaking call this.
Wait,
he's gonna call that. Are you?
And they just scored. Sorry to spoil it, but you know what? This officiating is kind of a joke. I mean, very much it is.
Calling a shit call, and they. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Oh.
Who was it, Damon?
It was Colin White.
Yeah. There's rumors that we might get him this summer. I'm not too hot on that personally.
Yeah. He has a pretty big contract, like 4.75 million. So
Yeah.
I'm
Colin
not
White?
sure I'm willing to take that on.
Yeah, Colin White. There's rumors that the Habs could be linked to him because I think Kent was his agent or something.
Yeah,
But
he was.
not. I wouldn't personally do that. Oh well, 5-3.
Like 3 blown calls and leads to 3 goals for them. Like at least it helps us out with the
Weak
tank.
ass calls. Not blown calls. Weak ass calls. Softer than a newborn shit calls. Insane. Sorry.
That was a
going.
good shot.
That's
though.
okay.
I
Like
gotta
I don't
give it
blame
to
you,
him.
Nick. There, don't worry. Like I like when we're animated here.
That was a good shot.
Oh, for sure. Major league shot, but
Yeah.
wasn't necessary. Jeez. What's the chat saying? Oh. Yes, Jason. I think we need to appreciate this moment.
Wow.
Darcy Tucker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Darcy Tucker. Man, I hated that guy.
Yeah. I remember Frankie
Tucker,
Bouillon just laid
McCabe.
him out.
Frankie Bouillon is just
Frankie
I
Boo
miss
Boo.
that guy.
Yeah.
Frankie
2
Boo Boo.
stints with us.
I'll always remember that overtime goal against Ottawa when we
Against
came
Ottawa.
back. That amazing comeback is
Craig Anderson's fit.
ridiculous.
I know Robin Leonard had the freak out.
Oh, it was Robin Leonard. That's right. I thought it was Craig
Yeah, I remember he
Anderson.
was like,
Yes.
and then there was, and I remembered I went to school the next day wearing my Habs shirt, nice and proud. Actually, the day after, because it was a Saturday night, and on Monday, right after the March break, and people were saying, "You guys cheated. The referees were on your side," and like, no, they weren't.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, well, they're making up
like,
for it this season.
All right. Power play time.
Zach Smith pushed Thomas Vanek into Leonard on that play.
That's true. Thomas Vanek. What a disappointment
Wow.
that was.
Yeah,
What a disappointment.
he did play well in the second line with Plekanec and Bourneval, but yeah, he didn't pan out in the way we hoped. And then he was moved to the fourth line with Prust and Briere. But yeah, he was a player with so much potential and talent in Montreal, but just didn't work out in the way we hoped. But honestly, that just hurts mentioning the name because I wonder if we would have gone to the Cup final. I think we would have gone to the Cup finals if that injury in 2014 never happened. But yeah, like we still made it really close enough, even with Tokarski. And Tokarski played really good hockey, but just hurts thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And Toki is actually still in Buffalo right now too. So
yeah, I'm happy he's.
I really like
there.
Tokarski. Tokarski and my favorite not underrated, but like funny guy was Budai.
Budai
was hilarious. I love that guy.
Him and Fleury in the fight. Remember that?
Yes, Buddha. Little Buddha. Drew Deeks here. Yes, we will be doing a Flashback Friday 4-1 Ottawa comeback. I'm not sure when we're doing it because Drew Deeks just did that himself, but I'm sure he will let me know. So Drew, hit me up with some dates sometimes and let's tackle that. Obviously, will be a Friday.
Now that Drew mentions it, I have a couple of ideas that I guess I should say off air.
Knock yourself out, or even on air. I really don't care.
Okay.
As long as it's not a promise.
I was gonna say we could do one for the 2020 World Juniors gold medal game, or for the 2018 one, or something.
Yeah, we could.
I don't know if that would be like something we could cover, but
yeah, because we're covering for Flashback. We're not doing just Montreal. We're doing the whole thing. Doesn't matter. Jason, we actually did cover the comeback versus the Rangers. We covered Saku's cancer return as first. That one was the second. I'm not even sure what the third one was, but yeah, we did cover it. So make sure you check that out. It is posted in our Flashback Friday folder on YouTube. So that was great. Great.
The
comeback.
2010 run as well, where Shane actually got to hold the flag.
Yeah. Yes, we put up that photo of Shaner. That was awesome.
A proud moment. Yeah. Oh man,
10-year-old Shaner.
It went by like that though. It was went by in a flash. But man, I'll always remember. Like this was 12 years ago, and I remember like it was yesterday. engraved
You
in my
must have been
memory.
so nervous, like having the shakes about going on the
Uh,
ice.
I think I was
Or
more
just
excited
excitement?
than anything. Like, in the 10-year-old brain, you're like, you don't really think about that stuff. The only nervousness I had came from my coach from when I was playing. This guy came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you better not fall." That's all he said.
Like, gee,
Like
thanks.
on the last practice we had before I was doing it, I'm like, wow, you're that's not
Thank
cool.
you.
But no, I did not fall. I did great. Proud of myself. Yeah, that was awesome.
Jeez.
Had Brian Giunta fist bump me.
Anyone
Brian
else or?
Giunta.
I think Plecky also fist bumped me.
Oh, nice. Because I've
course
he
noticed
did.
for a lot of those, I noticed in a lot of the pump up videos I've seen for the pre games, I noticed that Josh Georges usually taps the flag bearers on the head. So
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he did. I don't remember. But I know
What an
that
ass.
before I was heading out on the ice, there was PK behind me. He was just right behind me doing his jumping jacks and stuff. And like, at first I didn't notice. I just hear something behind me. I turn around, I see this big ass dude. I'm like, whoa, it's PK. And he's doing his stretching. I'm like, wow. It was impressive.
PK Subban.
PK.
What a moment, though. Did you have the GoPro on your head?
I did not. No, this was way before the GoPro. 2010.
You had a film camera on your head?
No, my dad was in the stands with a little camcorder, but yeah, he got some of it. It's on YouTube.
Shout out Alain.
I'd have to find the link, but no, it
The
was a
official
great moment. And then I
videographer.
did it again in 2012, which was just as cool. I'm very fortunate for
Jeez.
that.
Lucky child you were.
I was. I can't say anything. I can't say otherwise.
God.
No, it's pretty cool experience. I also saw
Uh,
Renault. I saw Renault.
Lavoie.
René.
Yeah.
René Lavoie.
Oh, as long as you didn't see Francois Gagnon, we're good.
Nah, I
Francois,
saw that guy
yeah.
when I went to see games in Tampa. So I went to do the Tampa, Florida games right before COVID, and the craziest thing. I'm getting ice cream with my family, and then the other side of the street, we see a bunch of people with Habs jerseys in a coach bus. We're like, what the hell is this? We go out and talk to some people. Well, sure enough, that's the hotel the Habs were staying at. So, okay, yeah, sure. We'll hang out with them. We see all the guys coming out of the hotel into the bus, and who's standing right behind me? Your favorite Damon, Mr. Francois Gagnon. Didn't really talk to him. Didn't want to. Not his biggest fan. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Got to see the boys.
At the Bell Center, I think it was my uncle and I were just walking, getting popcorn, going back to our seats, and coming out from one of the boxes. The box suite is Francois Gagnon. I was like, "Hey, Frank," just shake his hand, whatever, talk to him quickly, and then left. But he was walking around the Bell Center, just having a good time. First of all, Huberdeau, 100 points, and second of all, the score is 5-5. Toronto blew a 5-1 lead.
It was 5-1. Watch it be 6-5.
Oh, that's funny.
Blowing chunks. You love to see it. Wow.
It's a beautiful night.
Yep.
We can lose all we want, but as long as Toronto blows a lead and loses, it's a beautiful night.
It's a good day.
What a time to be alive, you guys. Honestly.
Yeah. This is just an interesting time to be alive. We've had so much happen in 2.5 years, essentially.
Oh, for sure. Do we know who's in net for Toronto? That's a good question. Damon, do you know?
I believe it's Kallgren.
Kallgren, yeah.
Kallgren, there you go.
But Campbell's in now. Campbell came in.
Jake Evans is limping. That's great.
Actually, Kallgren gave up 3, and then they brought in Campbell, who gave up 2.
Ah, shit. Jake Evans is going down the hall and to the... Is he going to the right or to the left? To the right. Off to the dressing room. Freaking Jake Evans, man. The guy can't catch a freaking break.
Insane. So unlucky.
It's too bad.
Yeah. The guy needs a body break. Like his body literally needs a full rest in the off season.
Oh yeah, he's looking forward to the off season, man. The season can't end any sooner for him. Poor guy.
Drew, are you even working? Jesus.
Seriously. Yeah.
Or is he somehow
Doing
avoiding
more-
work and just having fun?
He's doing more Habs tonight work than actual hotel work right now.
Can't blame him.
No, me neither. Thank you, Dixie. We appreciate it. And yes, the rookie savior, the Vezina candidate
Come on now.
himself.
Honestly, watch
that's pretty
Leafsnet make a
funny.
whole tribute to him and say that he's gonna win, make a case for him for the Vezina, and it's gonna be hilarious to watch. Like, I remember Justin Bourne said for the Canadian division that Carey Price was a 5th best goalie, and I can tell you this: I just died of laughter watching that.
Who's Jason Bourne?
Oh no, Justin Bourne. I mean, not
Justin
Jason
Bourne.
Bourne.
I was like Jason Bourne, like the movie.
Oh my god,
Like
it's Jason
the-
Bourne.
And we got an empty netter, and Mike Hoffman's not happy. Look at that.
Mhm. Yeah, Justin Bourne. He does the podcast with Nick Kyprios, but yeah, that guy has a lot of very interesting takes, to put it nicely.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Nick Kyprios was on the show with our very own Drew Deeks, and did a great episode actually. So I know a lot of people aren't fans of most of his takes and stuff, but he actually was very interesting to listen to. So go check it out. It's
Shit,
it's
did
actually
Barron
really
get
fun.
injured? Hope Barron's okay. Man.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Yeah.
a manager, Dixie?
Dixie got a promotion.
Ah, the leg. Oh. Oh no, the right leg
Yeah.
got stuck under. That's just a fluky play. Damn.
Freaking Watson in that empty net too.
Of course it had to be Watson.
Oh, it looks like Jake Evans is
What a
back though.
bum.
Evans might be back. Yeah. Oh, he's going back on the bench. Deke's like, look at me. I am the captain now.
It's my boat.
It's my
Is it,
boat.
Captain Kirk or Captain Picard? Which one, Dixie?
Ooh.
Oh,
He strikes me as a Kirk.
probably Kirk.
Yeah.
Or watch your surprise everybody and just do the opposite.
Who's
Montreal
the Spock here?
legend William Shatner.
Yeah. Finally
William
went to
Shatner.
space now.
The Shat.
He's from Montreal. I can't believe it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So,
Wow.
oh,
Grew up on Picard. Oh.
Yeah. See, told you. Told you. So I'm just going to point this out that ever since my father brought me the red light, but light, we did not score and we lost. So
Into the trash.
How's your dad gonna react? Are you gonna throw it in the garbage, or are you just gonna lock it up in a box?
I don't know, Dad, you're watching. How you reacting? No, we're just going to turn it off. Ain't going on tonight.
Well,
It's
hey,
fine.
it's good for the tank. Let's keep that in
Yeah.
mind.
Honestly, we need
these
to
last
Ottawa
few
to get those.
games, we kind of want to lose. So, yeah, okay. We got 3 goals. Barron, first NHL goal. Galley comes back first game
Cole.
and gets a goal and an assist. Cole, the goal. Obviously, you knew what to expect. There's some
But-
positives.
Like, to recap before we log off here, it wasn't a bad game. It was just
No.
shit calls.
That certainly did not help.
It didn't help. It wasn't a horrible game. Like, we weren't that flat.
Yeah, 32 to 30 shots.
Yeah, we kept up. So,
Pretty close.
you know, I'm not okay, you know what? This was my first choice. I was gonna rock the Zooks
Ah.
retro or the Galley retro to reverse the curse, but it's not good for the Tankatron right now, so I shall not. But I might rock the blue when we go see family and I are going to see the Ottawa Montreal game in Ottawa on the 23rd.
Hell yeah.
So might reverse the curse that night, hoping for a win. Only that game.
And we have a scrum here. And Galley's dropped the gloves.
Nice.
He's taken
Don't get
down
injured, though.
Watson.
Don't get injured. Nice. Beat the shit out of
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, Galley's mad.
him. Man, I'm missing all of
Is
this.
it
Hold on.
Stutzla? Is he with Stutzla?
I think I don't know if he's with Stutzla
Yeah.
from my view. Oh wait.
Oh, Galley's
Watson
upset.
Yeah, Galley's with Stutzla, yeah. Goalie
Galley's
took down
really
Watson
mad.
and Stützle's on top
There
of
we
him
go.
now. They kind of sandwiched him.
Okay, now I see it.
Formanton and Ylonen are just holding each other, not doing anything. Edmondson
Nice.
dropped the gloves. I don't know what to
Nice.
do
Hey,
there for Mike Van Rangle.
By the way, it's 6-5 Florida.
Oh! Okay, that
Oh my
brings a
goodness,
smile to
Luke's
my
not going to
face.
write about this game.
My
Tonight
night
is a good
much
night.
better.
I don't even
Yeah.
give a crap if we
Stützle's
lost
thrown
just
out.
for this. Obviously thrown out.
Good stuff, man.
So what?
Galley's chirping.
Edmondson's just grabbing guys. It's too easy for him.
Because he's laughing in his face. Obviously, I'd punch him in the face too. Yeah, it was Stützle.
I love Goalie just running his mouth and then brooming his hair back.
Galley's just laughing too. What a guy. What's this replay here? Oh. Yes, LFR will be fun to watch tonight. I think I'm actually just going to turn it on just for fun.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I can't believe it. Deeks Dangle will not make it to the playoffs, and you need to get him back on the show because I just need to hear it. Yeah. Steve Dangle, actually, fun fact, came after the first round last year with Drew Deeks to talk about that epic collapse and all that fun stuff. So
yeah,
great show.
If this
feel like
I'd love to see Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake all made the GMs, like a team of GMs. That'd be fun to see.
Oh man,
that'd be hilarious. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I would die of laughter from that. But that would be the proper solution because Dangle's been making videos ranting about the team's issues, and they put Cole in the box, I guess, to serve the minutes. Or Ottawa's getting a power play out of this.
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
Probably an instigator, right?
Probably.
Goalie kind of started
face off against Tkachuk.
New Jersey's Jack Hughes is shut down for the season. He suffered a low-grade MCL sprain.
Yeah,
that's definitely not fun. The injuries are pretty bad.
Yeah, it ain't good. It's too bad. He was having a good season too.
Yeah.
Go. I thought they pulled. I was like, are you kidding me? Jeez.
Man, we're booing them. I hear the boos through my TV screen.
Good. Deserve to be booed. Ottawa, I mean, not Montreal.
Yeah.
Anyways, there is 30 seconds left. Montreal is losing 6-3. Shorthanded right now. Meh. But we needed this. Honestly, we kept up.
No, it's okay.
I don't mind losing this game. It's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
The tankathon.
There you go. Should make a t-shirt of that. Tankatron with a tank.
Yeah, tank and like Megatron or something. And finally, they're making a new Transformers movie now that I mentioned Megatron.
Is it going to be Michael Bay again?
Yeah, Michael Bay is going to be a producer apparently on it, but it's going to be Stephen Capel Jr. who did Creed #2. So
that's a good movie.
Yeah, I really like that movie. And apparently, Capel Jr., from what I heard a report that he's apparently going to be doing the more dramatic action, that Michael Bay might be doing the action scenes himself. So might be kind of like a two-team movie, which is what I think the Transformer movies need.
Thank you. Well, then,
right,
that
fans.
was a game. That was a game.
That was not what we hoped to be calling tonight, but it is what it is. We've been on for almost 3 hours here, so thank you so much to everybody who stuck with us, commented, gave us questions, and hung out. We had a great time tonight. Hopefully you guys did too. We're going to try to do this more often here. Going to be harder with everybody working and stuff, and the season's ending, but try to get stuff out of it. Keep an eye out on Saturday. There is no can that will be safe. And that is all that we're saying. So no can is safe on Saturday. We're going to announce this later on this week once it's confirmed. Drew Deeks, if you want to do a post game, I'm inviting you to do one yourself on your own channel, as you probably will. So be sure to check out the Drew Deeks channel and subscribe. See how I plugged that? It was perfect. Yep. And yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. So thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to get your merch at habstonight.net. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to leave us a comment Drop some likes, whatever. We appreciate them. And we'll be back soon. And have a good night, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging around. Damon, Shane, thanks for jumping on, you guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Had a
Cheers,
blast.
guys.
Thanks, everyone.